Hey, and we live here at the Heat.
Yeah. It's King Takashi, the Webmaster.
It's your boy TJ, aka Sly.
Wednesday Writer.
Hey, it's the kid in the hood.
Got a new hood on today. Huh?
Yeah, had to change it up. Had to change it up. New year, new hood, right?
Shout out to Adidas.
Adidas.
Get it.
Hey,
how was everyone's week, man? Freaking.
yo, hey, this week, I'm going to be honest, has been lovely for me. There's multiple days that I just did not have to work.
Oh.
That's always
Real
good.
nice.
Yes.
That's amazing feelings.
I'm so happy it was over.
Right?
That's all I gotta
me
say.
It was stressful?
Like
So
the minute
happy it was
Friday
over.
hits, it's like,
Oh, yeah.
No, not my Friday. I was in a class from 8 o'clock to 2 in the afternoon.
That's too much.
Yeah, that was too much.
there was no test, though, right? So
No test.
No test.
But you
That's
know,
easy
that
living right
class,
there.
that class that you just saying is like, okay, I don't need this.
Shout out to
information.
Bits Training. I remember those days. Back in the saddle.
Hey,
That sounds good.
Right? So getting right into it, man. Like, just like class are your pet peeves. Hey, so like, what's everyone's pet peeve? Like, either in general or more specifically, like in a relationship.
all right, so
Whether it be like friends, platonic friends,
friends.
or you know,
We got
or
that
that
word in.
significant other. You know,
Oh, we gonna get all the words in. We gonna get all the words in. All right, now I'm gonna start. So for just a general pet peeve of mine, just general.
Oh, come here.
General pet peeve is like I can't stand when people are trying to like be overly loud for attention. That is something that bothers me. Like you don't have to be loud to get attention. Like there's a lot of people that I know that they can walk into a room, be very quiet, be very like chill, and they demand attention. But like those people that going out just being loud, just being boisterous to get attention, that's something that I just can't.
So
deal
you're
with.
talking about the thoughts that be on gate 2.
All of
about
them.
10 o'clock. And
Yes.
my bad, did I go too far?
little bit.
For those
Trash
listening
bartender.
in the States, he wants to
how you doing?
talk about what's gay
really?
too.
Come on, keep it down, man. All right, but in a relationship, I'm sorry, Sly, I'm gonna have to take this one. But in a relationship, I can't deal like mess. I can't deal with that.
Why?
The person's messy, or they
Just-
leave a mess,
Like,
or
like
Just-
just them
Just messy.
cleanliness
being
or
nasty. I mean,
Not, like, all right. So say we're living together, like we can be chill or have a slump weekend. But hey, look, I'm not gonna leave the house trash. Like if it's just trash, that's bothering. Like we don't have nobody has to come over. We don't have to go anywhere. But hey, let's not live like pigs. Like, all right, yeah, I understand the couch gonna be messed up because we been laying on the couch all day. Cool, but damn, if we gonna go somewhere else or if we gonna do something else, does everywhere we go have to be messed up for the weekend? Nah. Like, can we all contribute to cleaning up? Like, it doesn't have to be a mess 100% of the time. That's one of my pet peeves.
Yeah, I hate a dirty house too.
That's good.
Yeah, we could.
You got a comment? You got a comment?
Yeah, I got a
He's
comment.
all excited. He's
That's
got a
La.
comment.
La. She's like, I hate when people chew with their mouth open
Yes.
Oh.
and inhaling as if they're gulping down air. And
Oh, wow. Shots
Yes.
fired. Okay. Shots immediately.
I don't like.
that's people or animals. Like that was me today. Like,
Oh,
I'm
yeah.
trying to take a nap, and my dog was like, damn, shut the fuck up. Felt bad. I had to tell my dog I apologize. My bad. Shout out to Nadia.
Hey, she was just dehydrated. I took her on a good little walk. Came back. She's like, water?
Oh, yeah. Mm.
No, I don't like men with dirty nails. And
Mine's all
Hey,
clean
what we are looking at this?
all
What
clean
we are
though.
looking at this?
pass.
We good.
I pass. Clean.
I like manicured nails, like, just keep them trimmed short and clean, and we're good.
Hey, fellas,
that's
there's
such a
nothing
pet peeve
wrong
for me.
with going to a nail salon, get your nails done. Like,
Yes,
there's nothing
please.
wrong.
Manis
your
and
toes,
petties.
and your
I was about to say
toes,
mani
like,
and
yes.
petties.
Hey, I'm not going
I
to
have picture proof. I've been with my
Yeah.
wife in the salon.
Yes.
Yep, me too.
It's,
Bam,
it's
got
okay.
it.
My thing is this:
It's
just
hygiene.
to the
Clean
places-
nails here.
Hygiene,
To the
like overall
places that
hygiene.
have it, that you want men to come. Make sure you make it welcoming for men. Like the
Yeah.
place that I go, they got Netflix. So I'm pretty much good.
Oh, you love nails?
Love nails.
Yep.
Hey, they knew.
Shout out to Mickey.
Yep.
Girl. We
BJ
love your
Ice.
shop.
Yep.
Seriously.
Clean, like trimmed down, clean
I feel you.
nails.
I
feel you.
I don't care if you have rough hands. Like I don't mind that because that
Soft hands.
Those are
Soft hands
working
for a
man's
reason.
hands. I'm good with that.
Hey,
Nope.
but
Baby
I will
oil.
say my
And
hands
your
are very
toenails.
soft.
Ooh.
My hands
It's
are
a
very
baby
soft.
oil right here.
I mean, you can see my calluses.
It's like a nice massage. You know what I'm saying? I do.
I'm proud of my calluses.
You know what I'm saying? I do that. I
That
do
means
that.
I can touch you
Yes.
soft enough, and at the same time, if I can touch you, then I can
Yes.
put my hands
Rub
on
your
his
back
throat.
down. Rub on your booty like that.
Rub on-
All it.
Rub
all
on
that.
the booty.
Well, you know, an oil, right? So like ashy skin on men, like
No
their
ashy
ashy
skin.
elbows or ashy
that?
knees, or like just I don't want to
Nice and
spell
smooth
out
right
my
there.
name on your skin.
Baby
We're
soft.
not
Lotion
playing.
up,
We're not
smell
playing
good, like-
tic tac toe on the body.
Baby soft skin right here, babe.
Yeah,
Baby
very
soft
nice.
skin. Hashtag right there.
He said, "Baby soft
And
skin."
one more,
hashtag.
one more. I got
Yeah.
one more. So I love when a man wears cologne, right? But I don't. How do I explain this? Like
Too much.
Yes,
Yeah.
too much is
Hey,
too much.
that
Pepe
Axe
Le
body
Pew
spray?
belongs on
That's
TV.
because a lot of men don't understand. Like, one, you gotta choose the right scent that
Yes,
Yeah.
that
not
complements
that
your
complements.
pheromones.
Yeah, it's got to
Yes.
complement your pheromones, not
Yes.
just.
Cool water, baby.
He just lit right now.
Hey,
Cool water. Hashtag.
People be like,
Hashtag.
hey, you know, I'm gonna take this Axe body spray. Just spray it all.
No,
over.
I don't
Nah,
even
that
do
don't
Axe.
work.
Like,
No,
that
Axe-
does not
spray
work.
and sachet or whatever the saying is.
Hey,
Yes. Hug
like
me,
I've
but
seen
don't
people
bathe
do
me
like
in your
an
cologne.
Axe shower, just spray it all in the air and just sit in there like.
No.
Go take a shower.
Yeah.
Like, come on now.
Yeah, some
She
girl
did
was
have
telling
a
me.
point, right?
Some girl was telling me like,
making
dudes.
sure that it complements
gotta-
your
yeah,
pheromones
'cause
and your own body scent.
It's one
is
thing,
so
like
important.
I understand, you
Usher.
know, Gucci is nice, but sometimes Gucci may not be for your skin.
Yes.
Yeah.
It may not be for your natural
Usher,
pheromones. Like,
Usher and Cool Water gets it every time. I'm telling you. Right.
I'm a Kenneth Cole, you know, Hugo.
Nah, I never
Boss
went that
type
one.
person,
Mm,
you
yes,
know,
mean?
Hugo Boss.
Givenchy, you
Love
know,
it.
yeah,
Yes.
I'm a little bit.
Ralph
I'm
Lauren
sorry.
too. I do love Ralph Lauren a little bit.
My man said Ralph
Too
Lauren.
musky. Too musky. That remind me of grandpa's. Musk. Straight up
Yes, sir.
musk.
I
I
love-
would say definitely for me, it's like you said, it's cleanliness. Cleanliness and everything that encompasses around it. Like
And don't put Axe on your groin area.
Yeah,
Axe? Oh,
Yeah.
Axe.
yeah.
Hey,
Hey, look.
girls be
I'm
telling
talking-
me- Oh, my bad.
what women wait, I'm asking like what
Few
women
them.
put axe on? What women was you messing with?
Hey,
No,
he-
I'm talking about women. I'm talking about women. I'm no.
Wait, what?
I'm just saying, like, don't do it. It's not.
Hey,
not
men,
cool.
hidden secret, like for all the men that do manscape, baby powder goes a long way.
Yes. Shout out baby powder.
Manscaping?
Yep, we're doing
Yes.
that.
Huh. See, okay.
Keeps
Yeah.
everything right.
Mm-hmm.
Keeps everything right.
And keeps
Keep you-
Manscaping is important.
keeping you
Yes.
from chafing.
So we're talking about pet peeves and specifically in a relationship, any kind, but specifically in your relationship. Yeah, so
Babe-
manscaping is good.
manpower.
From top to bottom to your head, you know, that's,
Baby powder.
Indeed.
that's really
Indeed.
Hashtag.
Keep you from chafing.
Keep you
Yeah, yeah.
And keep you smelling good too.
Yeah,
I
those
mean,
days were
Baby powder
terrible.
does-
yeah, you don't want to be like itchy and
Shout out to
all
the
that.
baby products, baby powder,
Yeah.
baby
Baby
oil,
oil.
baby
Right.
lotion,
I use baby shampoo.
Pedialyte. You know,
Hey, look, Pedialyte be coming in handy.
Pedialyte coming handy on those
You-
hangover
yeah,
days.
you
man,
like,
I'm
man,
telling you.
hey,
I never
shut
even
up,
did that
give me a
pen.
Pedialyte. What flavor? I don't care. Anyone.
I never did the Pedialyte.
What?
Nah, not really. Not yet.
So it drives me
but
up
there's-
the wall.
See, I never
when-
get a hangover though.
If we're in the middle of a discussion and starting to get heated,
Mm-hmm.
and you guys just shut down, like you shut it down, like that's it, we're done.
But
Be-
we've,
Oh, and I'm
Oh,
like,
we've
well, hold on.
mentioned
I
that
like
before,
that
though.
though.
Like,
I do that. I do that all the time.
argue with me. Go ahead, bring it. Like,
Oh,
yes.
No.
the guy doesn't win.
see,
See that?
so
See
there's-
when I get
It's
to the
not
point.
about
there's
winning.
two- there's-
Discussing and
there's
arguing
two
are
things. There's
different
two
things.
things.
No, it's not.
For
Yes,
me,
it
It's
is.
the same.
For me, if I shut down, if I'm completely like, all right, cool, I'm gonna shut the fuck up. One, I
That's
know
a
that
lane.
I can get to a certain level with whoever I'm arguing with and make you feel really, really bad.
Right,
Like,
but don't go there. Because then it
so
becomes
in
an
order
argument.
for me not to go there, we just, you know what? We're gonna unplug for a second. We're gonna reset. We're gonna press reset. That's what we're gonna.
I don't even
Right,
get
so
to that
then
point. I
say
just
that,
like, hey,
if we're having a discussion and it's starting to get escalated, my pet peeve is that the gauntlet is dropped on it. Instead, just
Oh,
say,
they
you know
just
what?
like straight.
That's
just,
it. Like
they
it's
just
done.
go
Like,
silent.
we're done.
No, I'll let you know. Like, all right, cool.
No, yeah.
Oh, I'm like, yo,
I'll let you know the
look,
conversation.
I'll
Like,
say
check it
I'll
out.
be like, I need a timeout.
I hear you. I'm gonna not say nothing for a minute. I'm gonna go take a drive, go down to Jack and the Crack, get some tacos, and I will come back.
No,
Oh, we missed
I'm
those
thinking.
burritos.
No, I think I'm gonna let you win the battle.
I'm
You
just
gonna
saying,
let me
in
win the
general,
battle?
I'm gonna let you win the battle, but I'm gonna win the war. So,
Oh, damn.
so that's
And then I
my.
think in the back of my mind, that's my fear.
Yeah.
Yes.
So I'm
Yeah,
gonna
that's
figure.
spiteful.
Yeah, but still, I'm gonna win this war though.
Hell.
I gotta have the last say. You know what I mean?
Oh.
Hey,
Yeah, I don't really care about last day.
I know somebody's not
My
going to
thing
the
is,
bedroom.
I don't want it to get to that point where if I yell or scream,
I'm not
it's
gonna.
gonna terrify.
I'm
you
not gonna even
later
get to that
and, you know,
point.
I
I'm
don't
gonna
want
find
to
something else really petty to do, just to win.
Shout out to La. We see you on here watching us, girl. We
I
miss
know,
you.
right? Off
Or
the
like
grid.
leaving your towel on the floor after you take a shower. That stuff drives me
Yeah,
up the wall.
Folding your towel.
Huh?
It's a pet peeve.
While
after
it's
the
wet?
shower.
Ooh, no.
Don't do that. Hang that
no.
motherfucker.
Yes, hang it. Yes.
And don't just like let it sit on the rack just any old way. Just you know.
Well, you need to just put it
spread
back in the
out a
washer,
little bit.
so it can get washed.
And like, what about like eating etiquette? Aside from eating with
My
your mouth
gosh.
open, but eating
Seriously.
etiquette is important to me too.
Mm.
I'm not that picky, guys. I swear I'm not.
What
that
should be
picky.
like
I'm
eating
really
eating
forgiving,
etiquette?
but-
Like, can we
Hey,
be
real
specific on
quick,
this?
let's get a shout out to DJ Kaz because he does have to work, but he is in the live stream watching.
Yay.
Want to shout out everybody. Hey, DJ Kaz, we got you,
You
man.
call him by the wrong name.
Who is
It's
DJ
just- It's just
Cass?
Cass. It's just Cass.
Who is Cass?
He ain't just a DJ. Your boy got many talents. Shout out to you, Castle. We got you, boy. We see you on there. We know you
Multi-
at Bar
Yeah,
8.
we wish you
Go
were
holler
here.
at our boy at Bar 8. We'll probably be over there later.
Multi-talented guy.
Hey,
I'll make
so-
sure you get some coquito.
So if
I'm trying to
you're
get some of
with-
that right
so
now.
Here's a, I'm gonna put this over here because it's mine. You won't win that argument.
And I
he
win
said
the
he
war
gonna win
though.
that
Do you guys have any pet peeves about women? Because I shouted out like 10 pet peeves about men.
It's not a win. It's not a win.
No, I promise I won't argue. I promise.
Pet peeves about women.
See, we're that good. You can't even
No.
think of any.
We trying to pick the right
we're trying to be
one.
nice about it.
No, oh, this is
And first
the
of all, I
heat.
hate I hate a dirty house.
a dirty house.
So if I come to a girl's house, I'm gonna, like if her house is dirty, I'm already assume
So is it
Yeah.
like dirty or disorganized?
Nah.
either dirty or disorganized.
I mean,
either
See, yeah, because
Okay.
disorganized can be different. Like
Yeah.
if you
Like, if I come
if
in
you
there
got
and
your
I-
clothes in the basket, as long as they in the basket, I can understand if they're not folded up yet. You probably just did laundry. You probably had a rough week. But if you got clothes scattered
Yeah.
in your bedroom, and those are supposed to be clean or dirty, like that, or a
Why aren't
mixture,
they in
that's
the
just
basket?
A mixture.
right. That's why they invented stuff like that. It's called a hamper for a reason. You put your damn clothes in the hamper.
Yeah, either a dirty house or a dirty bathroom. That's the thing I can't stand. And I'm gonna go to the bathroom as soon as I go into her place
All right,
because
that's
I check it out. So like
Oh,
that's the
Let me take
You
notes.
find- you
Do you
find-
go like
you
in the
find
medicine
women-
cabinet and everything?
no. I don't.
Oh,
No, I'm
okay.
just
Yeah.
like I'm going in there like it's
Here's
dirty
my-
bathroom. I'm assuming that she's not clean,
Yeah,
like or
yeah,
she doesn't
okay.
clean herself, or she does. She
An
doesn't take it-
overabundance of makeup.
I'm not really.
Please use all the makeup you have first before you go out and buy some more,
That's a pet
please.
peeve.
That really
Now,
is.
is it an overabundance of makeup on her face or just
No,
products?
just products.
Oh,
Yeah,
okay.
products,
The
yeah.
next one was going to be the face. Like if you, I'm a very natural person. Please just, like I understand. Like if you're a makeup artist, you do it like job wise, whatever. But like
Not
if-
every night.
I
if
can
your
see
natural,
that.
if your
Yeah.
natural looks completely different from, when you in makeup, then we got a problem.
If you have to wake up before your man every single day so he doesn't see your face,
Oh, that's bad.
That's like the
That's what
movie.
they
I
do.
thought they only do that in the movies.
no,
though.
that shit is
That's
real.
real.
That's real.
Really?
they set their alarms to wake up before their man. Every
I would
single
hear the
morning.
alarm.
That's
so
too much work.
so-
Uh-uh.
I
You
can
gotta
hear
Yeah,
the
make
alarm.
me the way
you
see
can
me
see
in
her
the
walking
mornings.
into the bathroom and lock the
Seriously.
door. Now, one of my pet peeves about females, like I think I'm gonna get a lot of heat because whatever.
Say it.
When we make a set time to go out on a date or it's like a set time that we want to leave, then you go, okay, like last minute you do your hair, your makeup, either one of those, and we like the guy comes to you like, hey babe, are you almost ready? Then you get mad at us. Like,
Yeah, I hate that too,
This
though.
takes time.
Yeah, I do hate that too.
But
if I say,
here's
if
the
I
thing,
tell you,
though.
I agree.
If I say 7 o'clock,
I'm
I
the
agree,
timer,
but at
too.
the same time, because we're so immune to it, we should know by now.
Yeah.
Like if we say, if she's like, babe, let's go to a 6:30 show. In my mind, I'm registering. Bet we're
7.
going to 7:15.
7:15.
We're going to
talking about 8
7:15.
o'clock.
8 o'clock, you know, so depending on what the show is, you know, if it's, but see, that's the thing, like, if we're going to the movies, right, it's dark in the movies. What the hell you can, if we're going to the movies at night, so it's like, the only place you really have to worry about being seen is in the lobby area of the movie theater, like, for real. And the car is going to be dark. Ain't nobody going to see you in the car because it's probably going to be tinted windows. Get out of the car.
It's going to be
walk
dark
into the movie.
Straight.
I'm not arguing, but I'm going to give you an insight, at least from my perspective. You guys think that we wear makeup for you.
No, we know.
No.
We know y'all don't wear
Okay,
makeup.
that's
We
why it
hope you
doesn't
do.
matter to you if that's why it doesn't matter to us if it's in the dark or not. I wear makeup because I like it. It makes me feel good, and I like the artistry
We
behind
don't
it, which
mind
I'm not
the
very good
makeup.
at it.
We're just saying be on time with the makeup.
I agree.
We have no
I
problem.
agree.
We have no problem with y'all wearing makeup, doing your hair, because we do appreciate that. Like
And
we
of
see
Yeah.
it, we like, hey,
It's initial attraction.
Yeah, she's putting effort. Like that's the biggest thing. Like, show me effort.
Don't make me late.
But you know what? I'm with you. I like being timely as well.
Seriously.
I like that. Like if you say you're gonna pick me up at
Especially if it's
7
supposed to be
o'clock,
like
you
a
best be there.
good movie. Like,
And I'll probably be there at 6:40.
Aquaman.
I'll probably be there at 6:45. You know what I mean? But you know, I'm on time like that. Always.
15 minutes
Because
early
look,
is on
like,
time.
let's flip the tables around. Like,
Straight
let
up like that.
Let the woman set a time and like, all right,
So
be
true.
ready. Then the guy's still getting ready, still doing the last couple minute thing. Babe, come on, like, if we try to blow up.
Let's be real. The only time a guy is gonna really take his time like that is if we know we're gonna meet some of her friends or her family.
Yeah. That's true.
Looking forward to it.
Yeah. It's true.
Like,
we try to take our time.
whatever. I ain't give a fuck about the motherfuckers.
I'm getting all the secrets. I love it. I love it.
Seriously,
All
like,
the secrets.
Yeah,
Like,
that is true though.
Now, granted, like I love most of my wife's friends, so you know it's okay. But like certain people, like there was I think she wanted us to go on a date with one couple, and I heard who the couple was. I'm like, we really got to like I think I got something to do on that night. So babe, you don't want to go? No, not really.
No. I always say no all the time.
How about to stay in and I cook for you? That's be better. Yeah. All right, bet, cool.
Yeah.
Get them with the cooking.
Yeah.
every
Okay,
time.
so a dirty house, a dirty bathroom, and not being on time.
Yeah.
Okay, what else?
And then I hate when a girl asks the exact same question like 3 or 4 times in the same
That
night.
is a pet peeve,
yeah,
isn't it?
and I'm like, damn, didn't I just answer that question already?
right.
Why you ask me the exact same
So, babe,
question?
where were you?
Like I just
I
told
was
you
out
where.
at the gym. So
Are
what
you-
were you doing at
I was,
working out? Duh, like, what the
oh no, did you go to the gym?
The gym?
Yeah, Jim. Yeah, like,
Okay. Oh,
yeah.
okay. But no,
That question's not about where you're saying you were.
no. All right.
But it's the truth though.
I really hate that noise.
What is
that
That's
really
what they
throws me off.
letting down the close.
Yeah, it
down.
throws me
Oh,
off though
okay.
every single time.
Yeah, I hate that though. I hate when the girl asks the same question like 3 or 4 times, and I'm like, damn, I just answered that question. What you trying to get me to lie now?
Or like the assumption of thinking that something's wrong with us when it really isn't. Like
Yeah,
that do get
y'all
annoying at times.
tend to get us on that one a
We
lot.
sure
Like
do.
we could seriously just be sitting there, just kind of like
zoned out.
literally just blank thought. There is no thoughts going through. Well, what's wrong?
Huh?
Nothing.
No.
Well, you look like something.
I
Nothing.
am so guilty of that.
But what's wrong? Look, seriously, nothing. Tell me what's wrong. Look, first of all, like you keep
Now
asking me what's
something's
wrong.
wrong.
That's what's wrong right now. Like,
I'm
gee,
guilty, I'm
calm
guilty.
down. Like if we say nothing's wrong, 2 things: it is either really nothing wrong, or it's just something internal.
don't
We need
care.
to figure out ourselves first before we bring it up.
So can pet peeves interfere in a relationship?
Yeah.
Like, can it get to the point where
You can't
you know?
overcome.
Yeah,
I think-
you can overcome.
I think yes and no, because at the same time, like if you truly, it depends. You got to look back on what brought an attraction to that person in the first place, and if you focus on that and keep with that, like
Yeah, 'cause
there are bound to be pet peeves that come up in a relationship that you never knew about while y'all were dating, and it's like, oh, we're married now, and oh shit, I didn't know you snore like that. Like, damn, fuck.
Yeah, I was about to
And
say
some
pet
of those
peeves come
things
from.
we can't
This,
change.
Yeah.
right?
Yeah, they don't
So-
come up until like mid relationship time. You know what I mean?
Pet peeve.
So how
if
long-
you don't know how to cook and you always want to cook, hey, you're not gonna say that.
That's
and, like,
I can't really say that's a pet peeve. That's more of just a skill on that you just need to
No,
harness
but like
You need to work on that.
You just
That's a
overly
skill
want
thing.
like, babe, let me cook for you.
No.
Are you telling her she can't cook?
Yeah,
Oh,
I
no,
will.
that's your
No,
problem.
not while you're dating. Not while you're dating.
No, I'm.
Oh,
While you're
no.
dating, you just kind of shit through it. But as soon as you get married,
She's
like,
thinking she's the best chef
all
in the
right,
world.
look, because like,
Hey, look, you should have told her that while y'all was
I was about
dating.
to say
Yes.
that's not a pet peeve. That's something you should have like
You
figured
should've
out. Like,
handled that while
You
were
gotta
dating.
put your foot down on that one.
That takes me back to like one of the shows like 2 weeks ago. How do you want to get that truth?
Yes.
Like-
Hey, you gotta sit her down, and be like, look, babe, no, you gotta
Put
bring.
your effort. You know, it's so great you want to cook for me. Let's
No,
cook
you should
together.
give her the
Okay.
cookbook.
But
No, you wrap the cookbook like, babe, sit down, look, we gotta talk. Look, I got you a present. And
Let's
then she
cook
or
start.
you make it,
Together.
yeah,
Start opening it.
exactly.
Cook
You make it something
together.
that you do
No,
together.
no, we're not cooking together. I need you to read this, review it, and test it on it.
why aren't you cooking together?
Why would you not cook
That is
together?
such a great place to have such amazing conversations.
cooking
in
together.
the kitchen.
Amazing
Okay.
conversations that
Yeah.
can lead into
Yeah.
other conversations.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I'm watching the
Right.
game.
Right.
I'm watching the
A lot of
game.
different things.
I'm watching the game during that. No.
So-
I
I'm
don't
doing
give.
all that.
Wait, depending on the
Me
game.
and wifey cook together. They're just, yeah.
It depends on the time.
I just wish I had an island in my kitchen.
So is
That's
that
all I
the
want.
is that the reason why some relationships with pet peeves don't make it or have frustrations because the partner isn't being honest?
I
about
would
the
say
pet
I would
peeves?
say it would probably be a mixture of the partner not being honest and the partner not being mature enough to handle it. Because depending upon the pet peeve, like if it really is something as minuscule as well she can't cook. Well, bro, go invest in your
And a
woman. Go-
cookbook. Go get a cookbook.
Hey, if that's what it is.
Look, I'm gonna
Just
get
go
like
to
4 or
Thailand
5
and
like.
do a cooking class. That's like super.
Or
fun.
I can teach you, you know what I mean? I can teach you that. Yo,
Yeah.
look, you can cook this.
That's what we just
Bam.
did.
Yeah,
like, doing it
cooking.
together.
No, I'm just not me doing it together. It's
That's
just
pretty much y'all.
like,
doing-
babe,
No,
no,
that's
it's
pretty
student
much y'all
teacher.
doing it together.
It's student teacher.
And you can't be student. It can't be student teacher if you smashing at the end of the night.
No, it's
What
still
if-
it's still
what
it's
if
still.
the-
That's good role play. What
Yeah,
you
that's
talking
role
about?
play.
Absolutely.
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
still-
What's
still
wrong
student
with
teacher.
you?
What's wrong with you? Wait, weren't you the one that said something about your teacher that you had a
Whoa.
crush
Yes,
on?
yes.
Whoa.
yes.
Shows back.
We're not gonna bring up science class.
Go back.
We're not gonna bring up science class.
Science.
Oh,
hey,
Has
you
to
remember
know
it.
in science.
I know
Yeah.
exactly what you're talking about.
Yeah.
Miss Austin
yeah.
class. Mhm.
Oh my goodness. So if you have
She
a
old
pet
enough right now,
peeve
so we good.
And she a
and
blonde head.
and you know it's starting to blow out the flames of your relationship, what is a great way to revive the relationship?
Going to a swing club.
Oh my God.
Go to a
Keith.
what?
A swing club.
Yeah,
All right.
they get the fire going.
Well,
Mhm. Sex clubs. Yeah.
With your wife or your partner, yeah?
Yeah.
You're cool with that? Okay.
hey,
All right.
just
'Cause you
simply
control
watch
the
your
food.
phone.
How do you what?
I got another pet peeve from La.
Oh, okay.
She said she needs a male perspective. Is it okay that your girl says no when you ask her if she wants food,
That's
but she always
thinking
takes
about
from your food?
Oh,
Is
that's
it-
a good
is
one.
it-
Like-
Hell yeah.
the guy-
Yeah, that shit's annoying as fuck.
Yeah.
It really is.
That's annoying as fuck.
no.
though.
really
all right,
is.
babe.
What, taking
annoying
food from
ass
your
thing.
plate is
No.
annoying?
Okay,
Yeah, after I
so
don't-
put it like this: like if I ask you 5 times in a row, babe, are you hungry? Do you want anything?
I would say
Because
that
it
I would
just
say the
doesn't look good
entree. It's
until it gets
always
on
an
your
entree.
plate.
I would say the entree.
Yeah, on my
Now, see,
plate.
Yes.
now here's the thing: like if we're at a restaurant and like we both be like, oh, well that one looks good and that one looks good, so you get that one, I get
Yeah,
that one.
Yeah,
that's
And
what
you
I'm
know,
saying.
share.
but see, here's the thing: like here's how I share. I'm gonna give you a piece and put it on your plate. You don't have to just pluck from my plate.
That's
Because what if
true.
you
I
what
don't
if you
like that
pluck the
either.
piece of chicken that I want? Like
Yeah.
I wanted that one. I wanted to save that one for like my last bite. You over here plucking my chicken?
Right.
I don't
Right.
like that idea of you coming over and like digging in my
I
plate.
think- I think
But
don't
ask
really-
me and I will share.
think
And I
the
hate
only
when I
course
say
of
like,
meal that
yo,
should be,
are you
really
hungry?
good for is, like,
And then
dessert.
she's like, no, I'm
Dessert
not
is
really
Yeah,
hungry.
dessert
That's
we can share,
dessert or
yes. I'm all
appetizer.
for that.
That's the only
Oh,
time it's really
and
like appropriate.
Something that partners with that one, like if we ask you, like, where do you want to eat?
Oh, that's a
that's-
pet peeve for me. Don't ask me. Don't
That-
ask me.
Well,
Yeah, I'm
here's
like,
the
yeah.
thing.
Well, man,
Here's the
take it
thing.
out the
Most
world.
guys are under the impression like we don't necessarily want to ask you. We just want your opinion.
Suggest. Yeah,
like,
suggest
bring
places.
a suggestion. But
Don't
when you
ask.
say like, okay, I want
Whatever.
seafood, and then I name like a list of seafood places like
No, I'm not even
3,
naming
4, 5 of them.
I'm like, all right,
and you
we're going
say
to
no to everyone.
Then
I'm
she
gonna just
doesn't
be
want
like, you know what?
seafood.
We going home, and you gonna order your own damn shrimp, and I get something else, like whatever.
Yeah.
No, if I
It
said
really-
seafood, I'm gonna say, hey, yo, we're going to this place then. If she said,
That-
oh, we're going to seafood, then I'm going to this place.
No, So it's not you telling us what we want to eat.
I'm not-
Suggest, right?
I'm
So-
suggesting
okay,
it.
so do
You
you,
said
want
sea-
chicken, seafood, pasta,
You
whatever?
said seafood. I'm like, all right,
okay,
cool.
let's
We're gonna
round
go
it
to
down.
the place.
But it bothers me to no end if I get asked, what do you want to eat? And I'm like, I don't know. What do you want to eat? And then it's like, and it becomes that back and forth. I even hate being a part of that.
Me and my wife were like, we were bad for that at first. Like we were both indecisive because I really would be like, man, I can eat anything.
Right.
Like, you know.
I learned that.
And I think it's
I learned
because I
that
want
you
to
never
choose
say
something
you
that
can eat
you
anything.
enjoy and that
See,
I will
that-
enjoy.
A recruiter told me
For
that
a lot
one
of guys,
time.
like honestly, for a lot of guys, like we are. I think we are able to settle for wherever. Like you say, you want to go to this restaurant. All right, it's not our best restaurant that we will pick, but because our girl asked to go to this restaurant, we're gonna find something on that menu that we're going to enjoy, no matter what it is. We will find something.
Coco's. Fuck Coco's.
No
I
Coco's.
don't do no Coco's. Sorry.
Coco's is not no place like you suggested you want to go to eat at. You know what I mean?
No, but yeah,
think-
like that's why the guy he will go anywhere with his girl and like find something on that menu to eat. No
That's just
matter-
to make her happy,
yeah,
though.
anything. To
That's
make
so you don't
happy.
have to hear her mouth at the end of the night, though. It's facts, though. That's the reason why you do
know
that.
What? You started
Hey,
off
I just
really
wanna
good
say,
with this
I didn't
just to
say
make us
that.
happy. I'm good with that. Make me happy.
Yeah, it was saying you don't have to hear like if you go to somewhere. Oh, I'm gonna go to
I'll be
the place
so
I want to go to. You gonna hear it. You gonna hear it at the end of the night.
That and the shopping.
Yeah, yeah. I hate
like,
fucking going
here's the
shopping.
thing. Here's the thing.
I
I
hate
like
it.
shopping. I
hate
actually
it.
like shopping. I don't mind it.
I like it when a partner comes with me to
No.
I don't.
shop.
I don't
I'm not
mind
doing that.
shopping. Here's my thing about shopping though. Don't go shopping for something that you already got.
Right.
Okay, if you out there looking for a black blouse,
Yeah.
and I know you got 5 different black blouses,
in the closet.
but I
Don't
want it
tell
from
us.
this store.
Don't tell us we have 5 of them. Don't just let us shop.
Look.
No,
Let us come out and
I'm going
show
to the
us
store.
what we got. and
No,
You know what? You can have that blouse if you let one of those go. That's
no.
what you can
See, because
you gotta,
this is
you
what's
gotta
going.
substitute shit in.
We
for
gotta
it.
This
do
is what
the Marie
happened.
Co-
Like,
what's it, Marie Co-
like y'all will get like all these outfits and like, babe, I don't have nowhere to put it. Let me put it on your side. Like,
No. Anyway, for like the shopping thing, I'm just going into the store get what I want, and then I'm gone.
I'm
not
say
doing
that,
the
I
whole.
would say that is a benefit about being a guy. We kind of have registered
You
in our
guys
mind
do.
like
You're brilliant at
we're
it.
like, all right,
Not
bet
us.
I'm gonna go to the mall on Friday.
I already
around
know what I
11,
want, and
and
I
I know what I
already saw-
want.
yeah.
I'm gonna get a jacket. I'm gonna get some shoes. I'm gonna get some food, and then I'm gonna fucking leave, and that's it.
We're
Yeah.
just not that
That's
simple,
an hour.
Yeah,
guys.
y'all,
hour.
why though? Like I don't understand. Y'all will say,
I don't like-
I need to go looking for a dress.
I don't like when girls-
a
'cause, like,
dress-
girls
But you
do
know
this.
how
And then
many
it
millions
went-
of
it
okay,
goes
you
from
guys
looking
have
to,
like
like-
maybe 4 colors in your whole closet
No,
spectrum.
no,
Like,
no,
when
no,
I go-
no, I got
Yeah.
colors in my.
When I go shopping
Yeah,
with a
I
girl,
know.
it feel like I'm doing this. I'm like,
They can't
Seriously,
see
yes,
it.
we start
I'm
start
like, what the fuck
in,
is all this?
we
What
go
is this?
in through
Yeah.
one entrance and then we go out through another exit
Yes.
and up some stairs.
Then
and
you
down
know you
some
did good
stairs.
This
shopping.
right here, see? I feel like I'm doing that when I go shopping.
Then you
Seriously.
here. Let me show them what you drew.
Oh
then
my God.
then you did like
It's so
some
true,
really.
Like,
this is King's like
You go,
shopping
you go around and
routine with
around
his
and
partner.
around, and then you backtrack, and then you take 5 spaces this way, so many spaces the
Yeah,
other way.
because there's
like,
so many pretty clothes to look at, and shoes. Like,
No.
don't get me started with shoes.
And then,
I
yeah,
have
shoes
3
is the
closets
worst, man.
worth
Cause I'm
of
like,
shoes.
you
I don't
have
know, I'm sitting down like,
500
yo.
pairs of shoes, and you still need 2 more just
So-
to go with this outfit.
And so, like,
I
nowadays,
love-
if I go shopping with a partner or not,
then y'all don't wear.
I'm
half
taking
the
my
shit.
head. I'm taking my headphones
Yo,
with me.
you have like
True,
half
I'm
the
guilty.
boxes. You got shoes in there that have never been touched. You're like, babe, how about you wear the nice little red bottoms that I bought you for last year?
Red
Damn,
bottoms. You doing that?
You're
You
rolling
doing
like
that?
that?
You rolling like that, dude?
I'm just throwing an
Cardi B up in
example.
this bitch, though.
Just throwing an
Ooh,
example.
Red bottom.
Hey y'all, he want to get someone some
Yeah,
red
wait,
bottoms.
what? Let's
Hey,
turn
that's
it
true.
around.
Hey,
This
you want
is
some
his
red bottoms?
nigga.
Hit me
He's
up.
the hood. No kidding.
Hey,
he can
he
afford
about
her.
getting red bottoms.
I can't afford damn red bottoms.
I'm just, but
Babe, sorry, no, that ain't happening.
I can get some red bottoms from you if you want it, though. You know
Hey,
what I
I'll
mean? Your
pay the
head
rent
game
myself.
got to be on point, though.
See, but when you guys see that girl walking down the stairwell or
I'll
the
tell 'em.
staircase at Club Sky wearing the cute outfit and the right shoes, nobody's complaining about her shopping then.
Half the time we not really.
I don't even pay. I'm not.
I
Hold on.
I might be the
Who-
only guy. I might be the only guy that half the time will look at the outfit and be like, "Oh, that's a cute outfit." But
I never even associated the
It's
outfit
so
with
hard to
shopping.
believe.
But
afterwards.
Initial
like,
attraction, right? How she
Yeah.
smells, how she looks, how well
Definitely
groomed
how she
is.
smells.
How she
Yeah.
smells.
I would
It's
say
Right.
I
more
would say
important.
smell smile, and legs.
I don't know about
Then
legs.
when she opens her mouth,
Smell.
they can throw it out the door.
Smile.
Cause see, half the time, like you got women that wear heels and you don't know how, like it's their
They
first
don't know how
night
to
wearing
walk
them.
in them, yeah.
Like putting them on and trying them on and looking in the mirror, turning around does not count. You need to break them things in, like walk around the house in them before you come out and
Like you gotta have all your scenarios. You gotta walk upstairs, walk downstairs. You gotta like walk on concrete. You know, everything changes. It really does.
What are you talking about?
Give me
What are you talking
lessons
about?
on
Walking in heels. Like,
Oh,
you know,
I thought we done switched up.
Women that just
Oh,
buy
nah.
heels just cause, and then
Oh, I don't see some. I just see
and-
some really fucked.
Do not if you're not a model like this is
dancers,
honestly one of my
they
pet
can't
peeves.
do
If you're
wear
not a
heels.
model and you don't
But-
do this every day, do not buy like 16 inches stiletto heels for just one night and you don't know how to walk in them.
And you break them. That's
And
funny.
who bought them? Who
Not
bought
me.
them? Because if I bought them, don't tell me what to do with my heels.
Ooh! I'm gonna tell her. I'm saying, no, you
If
look.
I bought my clothes, if I bought my shoes, and it's not interfering in our budget, don't tell me what to do with my heels.
What's a budget?
Wait, hold
What's
on.
a budget?
I don't get no. Oh,
What?
What do you mean? What's the budget?
yeah, what's the but? Yeah, I'm confused.
You know,
I
like
was like,
if you're a
what?
couple and you have a couple's budget, right? And
Oh, you
it's
talking
not
about
like
as
her
a
own
couple
money
and then
and-
they're
Yeah.
buying the heels?
Right.
Oh, okay,
Yeah,
okay.
yeah, yeah.
I was like, what you
Right?
mean? But like,
Because
don't tell me what to do with the
couples have
heels. I was
budgets, I
like,
would imagine.
huh? I was confused, but all right,
Alright, so
I got it now. I got it now.
All right, so we're talking about pet peeves and all this like wonderful stuff that can happen in a relationship and can deteriorate the relationship.
Exactly.
What else can deteriorate the relationship?
Just overall the passion.
So one of the questions, right?
Yep.
Monogamy,
That-
man.
How-
you reignite that passion? How do,
Right.
when it
So
goes from
when
You add another
to
female.
monogamous?
when monogamy becomes monotonous, right? How do you reignite the passion when there's monotony in a relationship?
Add another female
in a
to the
monogamous
situation.
relationship. Not
No. All right. So there's a lot. There's a
chime in,
few
people.
things-
If
there's
you're
few
listening
things
in,
like-
chime in. Send your messages.
Like-
Add another female
Role
to.
play.
What
Yeah.
if your
Role
significant
play.
other does not go for an additional individual
Mm-hmm.
in the
Yeah.
bed?
Oh,
Yeah.
role play
So
then.
let's be
Cos-
real. Like most
Co-play,
women,
man.
Nope.
Most women do not go for
Yeah.
that. Most women are like, no, this is my man. I don't like sharing.
They don't like sharing. I don't like sharing.
even though they like eating off our plate. You know,
They like sharing. It's just you gotta convince them.
Chicken and, you know.
You gotta
convincing them through alcohol does not count.
No.
I didn't say that. That's rape.
No.
Nope. You be like R. Kelly though.
Okay. Okay. We're not bringing him up.
No,
we're not. We're not.
we're
We're not
not.
doing
No more
just
that.
saying.
R. Kelly.
No.
No more R. Kelly.
So we don't have. So how do you even tell your partner, hey, there's like no passion in our relationship anymore? Are you guys even having that conversation? All right, from
Well-
the male's perspective with
well,
the female,
all
and
right,
you're not
so I
feeling
wouldn't-
passionate with your
say
female.
It would be necessarily in those words per se.
Right, I
but
hope
it
not.
would- It would, you know.
I'm
Yeah.
like, babe, I'm not happy.
Some
Like-
people can come out a little harsh, but it would be more along those lines, like, you know, kind of similar to it, like, hey, you know, what's been up with us lately, whatever, you know, what was it, you know, what do we got to do to get back to back then when we first met, blah 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 blah, like,
Puppy love time, right?
yeah. But it's like half the time, you know, I think couples, when they come to that stage in their relationship, they've outgrown the puppy love, so to
yes,
speak.
absolutely.
You know, like,
Yeah, how you get
I
back
mean,
to the puppy
they can
love
still.
stage.
It's certain things that can still be done, like, you know, stepping out of the box. Let's do a photo shoot, or
Something that builds excitement in the relationship, right?
Let's go
A
do
photo
something
shoot?
cross off the
yeah, like a
bucket list.
boudoir. I think that's how you pronounce it.
A boudoir.
Yeah.
I gotta look that one up.
Going out as a couple to do different things that you really haven't done before. You know, like
Stepping out your-
crossing some
outside
stuff
your
off the
comfort
bucket list.
zone.
You know, go bungee jumping, go freaking get on a roller coaster, go do something. you know?
Like
But those
spontaneous
things can
trip.
be-
Like if you're able to, just be like, babe, you know what? If you can take a week of leave from work, why? Because we're gonna go on this trip.
Yeah.
Dancing.
So what about dancing? Definitely. I love.
I would say for me,
dancing.
like that's always probably one of the best ways to reignite, because you don't see a lot of couples go out and go dancing, you know, unless
that's
they're
so true.
Latin.
It's like the
Like,
life.
let's just be real. Like that was probably one of the benefits of working at Bailando, was like certain couples will come and I'm like, oh man, I fucking love them. Like Angie and her
Carl.
husband Carl, like
Yeah. Shout out to Angie
their
and Carl.
marriage is so phenomenal. Like hearing how strong they are together and just witnessing that type of strength in the relationship, like they're freaking awesome. Shout out to the Prophets, yo.
Yeah,
I
absolutely.
love them, man.
Shout out.
So what do you think kills passion in a relationship to begin with, right? Because you could do
Doing
the
the
trip,
same
you could
thing
do the
over and over
bungee
and over
jumping,
again.
but then you go
The
back into your
consistency of the
relationship.
mundane.
So the
Like getting into
repetition.
like routine, like you wake up every morning and you're doing the same thing every morning. They switch it up.
That's
like,
the definition of insanity, all right? I think.
When you it's but see what I think what helps to get to that point is when couples have kind of like reached their goals in life and they haven't made themselves new goals to achieve.
Yeah.
You know, like
That
okay, well,
maintenance, that's
she's
sustainment.
here and he's here in their professional life and they have kids and they got the house. Now what? Okay, well, go invest in something. Go take on a crash course in whatever, or
Career change.
establish another career, or obtain a business, or do something that's going to create that ability to achieve new goals, and therefore, it discontinues the repetition. You have to, now I have to adjust my life to what we're adding on top of our life now for our new goal. And that's another way to do
like,
things.
There's like simple goals. Like I'm gonna go back to my traveling. Like if you like, babe, we're gonna travel the world, and y'all work hard enough, y'all always save up, and like, all right, it's time to go travel. Where are we going now?
I think part of what kills passion in a relationship is when expectations aren't being met.
Yeah,
That's a really big one, because I get the whole like revamp yourself, right? The sustainment of the relationship and redefining who you are and doing all this insightful work and just learning who you are, because you're growing and you're changing. So the person that I married 10 years ago, 2015, 3 years ago, is not the same person that they are today. And so relearning your partner is important. But then when you have these expectations of what you thought marriage or your relationship was going to be like, and that not being met, really, I think, has a big part of killing the passion in a relationship. So how do you then reassess your expectations in the relationship and have that conversation? Like, how can I have a conversation with my partner and say my expectations are not being met?
First, you have to establish like what your expectations are, because just to come out and just my expectations aren't being met.
Right.
We ain't had that talk. I ain't know what
You didn't even know that, right? Yeah.
So you have
that's
to.
so true.
You have to
I
first
think that's
have
a
that
really
initial
hard
talk.
conversation to have. Though.
Yeah, you have to.
It
You have to have that initial talk.
I think when you leave it as generalized as that, saying expectations aren't being met, it's going to be very, very difficult. But if you stay prompt in your relationship, stay current in everything that you're doing with the individual you're with, then it's a little bit lighter, based upon whatever your expectations might be, as long as you're like formally saying like, hey, look, like this is what I expect, right? And it goes back to like, when you're first dating, saying exactly like truthfully what you're looking for in a person. Like, don't be ashamed. Most people say like the regular ass shit. I'm looking for a provider, and some people make very, very weird ass lists. Like, this person needs to make six figures when we first get married. Like, whatever.
You're never gonna find a man.
But
they will. Eventually,
they need to be.
They
said
search hard
and
enough.
it
They
needs to
will
be transparent.
And it's really interesting that we begin to develop and change based on our relationships that are around us. Like oftentimes we'll meet people that inspire a part of us, and we build this connection with someone else outside of our marriage or our relationship that inspire us and make us really rethink life. And we fail to share that with our partner. And so this excitement that we're sharing with this person outside the relationship, where we're all excited to go either to work or wherever it is that relationship is built, we don't have that same excitement to include our partner in it. And I think we don't do it consciously, right?
Right.
But we don't share with our partner, hey, I discovered this new thing and I'm having these really great conversations with this person. We exclude our partner from that opportunity to be equally excited for us, and then learn, oh wow, I didn't even realize you like, doing this, or I didn't realize that you liked Zumba. Like, I would have never thought for you to be a Zumba.
I personally feel that, like, so once people get into a long-term relationship, like, people forget to stop doing the things that got you that individual in the first place. Like, you just move away from it. Like,
chivalry dies.
No, it's not even about just chivalry. It's like everything. So, you've been doing this. Like, when you got your girl, you were doing this, and so you kept doing it for a while. Then, like, 2 years into the relationship, you just stopped doing it. And so basically you forgot how you got your girl. So like that can also kill a relationship because now your partner's feeling like, well, dang.
He's not
like,
taking
you're
care.
not trying
behind.
anymore. You're not putting effort.
Yeah.
Like
Yeah.
you got me doing one thing,
That's so
and
true.
now you have completely stopped doing
At
it.
the same time, you know what's like what something that's missed a lot when stuff like that occurs is 9 times out of 10, most guys that stop kind of giving that special treatment is when they start seeing that the reaction isn't holding the same as, you know what I'm saying?
Excitement.
So, like, if I'm giving that to you, but I see that you're kind of coming off from it, then I'm going to die down off it.
Right.
That's completely understandable.
And that's how, like, it's
it's like me buying
communication
roses,
on both sides.
Yeah,
And
absolutely.
That's what's missed a lot of times because a lot of guys do get blamed for it. And yes, you know, we'll take the blame on, but at the same time, it's because, hey, you know, look, if I'm telling you I love you and you just kind of like,
I love you too.
I love you too.
Like,
Well,
I'm
buying
not
roses and
feeling
chocolates.
it the same way I said it before. Like, and it starts early. Like the minute you start it, if you're not keeping up with it consistent, is both parts played in it. So, I mean,
if it's a simple
think
gift,
you
like
hit the
if
nail
you
on the head.
spontaneous, like will bring flowers
And
you
chocolates
got
and bears.
like, a reaction like that. Then you always just spontaneous. Like you didn't always do it. It was just spontaneous. Like then you stop getting a reaction after the third time. She's like, well, maybe she doesn't like this no more.
I think that's what happens a lot too. Is people bring their spontaneous and they make it so much of a routine where it's like, you know, oh well, now she can probably guess when I'm about to bring her flowers. So
You got to change it up, though.
Like
Gotta
that,
change
that
it up,
same
you know?
birthday gift every year, right?
Right.
That same, and it
you know?
becomes
Well,
predictable.
he gets me jewelry on Mother's Day, and for
Yeah.
my birthday, he
and
takes
it's
me
not
out,
that,
and
so,
for this,
you know,
he did,
from my perspective as female, it's not that I am ungrateful for that. I am, but it feels to me like you're not keeping up with my changes.
Exactly.
And if I'm sharing with you other interests and you're not responding to them, then I feel like you're not listening. And
Yeah.
So you're absolutely right. I think God, communication is the key to everything, honestly, right? But this
And
kind of
it's
communication is
hidden.
hard.
Yeah, that
It's
part of
hard.
communication is very hidden, and it's very, very blind to the eye. To where it's like, if you're not really paying attention, literally in between the lines, you're gonna miss out on a lot. Like I know for me and my wife, a lot of it is, you know, like we were talking about our love languages, and for her, it's the words of affirmation. So it's like, if I'm even if it's through a text, sometimes like for her, it's like, oh, thank you, da, da, da.
Yes.
Like, oh, you're so cute. Why'd you say that? Because you're freaking adorable. You act like such a nerd, and it keeps us going like back and forth. So her words of affirmation are you know, that's for me the touch in a sense, you know.
Yes.
So making sure that you understand the communication going on, both like when it's verbal or when it's just blind to the eye, is very, very important to make that relationship last. So
And it can change, right? It can change like what stage you're at in your marriage. It can change if you have children. It can change if you're going through any major transition, like moving or a new job or a death in the family. All those things can change. So I think for me, I have to be responsible for myself because I'm the only one that can, you know, make myself change, and just be aware of who I am and where I'm at, and then communicate that to you. And then you have to decide what you're going to do with that information. Hopefully,
Exactly.
right? If you're vested equally in the relationship, you'll want to.
I would definitely say one of the biggest key tickets for making sure, like, if you're looking to reignite the passion, do, you know, especially people that are married, do some stuff that's going to possibly get y'all in trouble.
Yes,
Seriously,
like
you know, like I
what's that
talk
quote?
outdoor sex.
I talk to a few people, and you know, smoking weed together. You know,
Well, I don't know about all that.
like seriously,
I
like
can't confirm or
do
deny
some
that.
stuff that
Yeah,
can possibly get
I know,
you into some
I
shit.
know a
you
couple who tried
Go
it for
have
the
sex on a
first
plane,
time
you know?
together. Like they tried it for the first time together.
Because it's like,
it was a
what
scary
it's weird.
but funny
It's scary. It's
experience.
funny. It's kind of like, you know, y'all
What's
have
gonna
this
happen?
like.
Yeah.
Yeah, you know,
Mile High Club.
There's a lot of people that have, you know, they're couples and they have kids, and then, you know, when their kids are grown enough or whatever, then they go in their house and they smoke weed, and then their kids come over, and it's like they have this little secret, like, oh, we have to tell our kids we were smoking weed, blah blah blah. You know,
Outdoor
like, stuff
sex,
like that. It's
beach sex.
stuff like that'll keep that
Yeah,
fire still
the
there.
spontaneity
you know?
in
It's
a
like,
relationship is so
did
much
we just
fun.
do that? Yeah, we did that.
Public.
Or like it
Yes,
doesn't
I
even have
hear
to be
you,
that.
King. I hear you.
Yeah, I'm just giving out a list of names.
The comments?
Just a list. People just.
What
Just
are they
tagging.
saying?
No, I'm just saying. I'm just throwing out stuff.
You always just throwing out.
So,
Hey,
so
shout out to
monotony is
Sharif.
definitely a
Alleyway.
killer or potential killer for a relationship. Pet peeves can certainly tick a few people off.
Yeah. Some people watch porn,
Yeah.
Yeah. Speaking of porn,
right?
that's how you get your skills up right there.
Oh gosh, I really heard that, didn't I?
Yeah, I heard it
Some
too.
people get their skills. Look,
Hey, look, that can be true. That can be
look,
true.
y'all. Porn is not real. Okay.
Hey,
Hey, there's some reality
hey,
ones.
there's amateur porn out there. You know what I mean, you can turn the camera on.
So you gonna
That's
ask it or
just
me?
sex cam getting in the wrong hands. That's what that is. That's not amateur.
Nah,
porn.
it's your question. You can lead it off.
So the question is, can pornography? Hey, Justin. no.
Hey, Justin. Hey, Justin.
You tuned in
Hey.
right on
He
time,
just
huh?
liked it. No.
Nah, it's cool, Justin. Hey, what's up,
No,
boss?
no.
Hey,
What's up,
DJ
Justin?
Oh,
KR.
you guys know each other.
Shout out to DJ KR1 checking in with us.
Super excited. Everybody's tuning in. Make sure you comment on this question because I'm
this-
really curious
It's gonna
about
get
what
steamy.
what the public
First person
thinks.
to comment. First person to comment. I will give you a shot of coquito.
Oh.
Ooh.
I will share my
I just
coquito.
commented though.
Hey, now let me get this.
Hey, Justin was the first one. Look, Justin, look what I have for you and for Mary.
Gotta come to bar 8.
I was
Gotta
the first
come
one
to
to
bar
comment
8.
though.
Hey,
Really.
bar is gonna be the spot, man.
So here's the question: should or can a couple watch pornography to enhance their relationship? Can watching pornography with your partner deteriorate or enhance your relationship?
Yes.
Both.
So
Both,
the
and
question,
get a
let me just
wet
put that
toe.
question out again for our commenters. Can watching pornography with your partner, enhance or deteriorate your relationship? Let's hear what you guys
All
have
right,
to say.
so I'm
I
gonna
think it
say
enhances
it
it,
can
though.
enhance it. Now I say this because doing that, one, is spontaneous. Is like things happen. Okay. Then also you can also learn different tricks. You're like, oh babe, you want to try that? Like you can.
Or you should try that.
I'm not gonna say you should. I'm never gonna say you should because
Thank you.
then she could take offense. He
That's
or
right.
she can take offense to. Oh,
I
so-
said, or you. I'm not. I'm just suggesting it. I'm just. Suggesting.
Yeah, you can suggest it.
I just-
but you
that's
should
why I said,
never-
or you
should
should
never
try
say,
it.
hey babe, you should do that more often.
I never
right,
said it
'cause
that way. I
that-
said,
that
or
will
you should try it. I
Bring
said
up
you
a
should
slew
try
of
it.
other things for
Yeah.
your partner
I
when
think
it comes
I
to
think
pornography.
it definitely does bring up a spruce of different ideas to have as far as like role play or kind of getting in tune with each other's fantasies, seeing because people don't really know what their fantasy is until sometimes they kind of see it plain sight in front of their face.
What arouses them, what excites them,
Exactly,
to kind of
like-
discover what other things arouse and excite you.
Yeah.
How do you have
No.
that initial conversation with your partner that you want to introduce the idea of watching pornography as a couple?
Just turn it on.
Well, you don't even.
Damn. Hey, babe, come here.
We
Sit
need
down
to
and
talk
watch
to
this
your
with me.
partners. You need to bring them in.
Watch this with me. Yeah, that's Alexis, Texas right there. Yeah.
To be honest, hey, that's how I did it. I never,
God.
I never had the
speaking from
conversation with it.
experience, So what is the reaction that you get?
It's either
Oh,
okay, I like this one better, or they,
okay.
most of the time
so they're pretty open.
yeah, they already like the idea of watching porn.
Okay.
It's just
Now,
It
you
might
want
be-
to me.
it might be a different-
So you
it
have
might-
an idea that this is something they would like.
yeah, it might
You
be a
just
different
turn it
type of
on.
porn. It might be a different type of porn that they like. You know what I mean?
Okay. All
So,
right.
but I just turn it on, man. Just like, hey, let
We're
them
here.
choose. Let them choose afterwards. Oh, I don't like that type of porn. I really like this type of porn. And then
that
after,
gives you a lot of information.
yeah, that means like,
It does.
Right.
Right.
So,
because they
you
shy.
need to say something.
Yeah, what you?
I'm too shocked as to
King
just turn it on. Just,
Yo, wow. Hey,
That's how I
she
always
walk
did
into it. Hey, babe, come here. I gotta show you something. What you
Well-
gotta show me?
With my ex-wife,
Oh!
I did it. Hey,
Oh!
with my ex-wife, I did the exact same thing. I just turned the porn on and was like, "Oh, I don't like that type of porn."
And that's why she
Bam.
next now.
And she
No.
showed you what she liked.
She likes me like what she like. Yeah, I'm like, yeah.
Like that.
Yeah,
So
I was-
how do you introduce it? How do you introduce the conversation?
yeah, I want to hear you. Mm-hmm.
oh no, me and my wife haven't done that.
No, we don't. You have to. You don't have to
He
talk about
like,
your personal stuff. But
Our passion
Hey,
is good.
hey, she gonna look at this later.
Our passion is
Hey,
good.
we're good.
when does it become an issue of deteriorating in the relationship?
When one person is
so-
addicted, I think.
Yeah.
Right. So
When their fantasy is
through the phone
is like when it's to the point where one individual has to hide themselves watching it.
Yeah.
Or I think it's when they can't meet up to that like fantasy.
Yeah, when people
Right.
are
Yeah, that-
expecting you see how that
You see how she do it right there? I mean,
Yo,
that may not be
and
her
it's not about the
that may not
relationship.
that may
right?
not be
It's
that
about
person's
you
cup of tea.
Getting
Yeah.
satisfied just
then
by
also
watching
like
porn.
if you like overly talking about it, like, babe, you remember that video we watched last night, and you just always doing that, like that can also hurt your girl's self-esteem.
Right, and so that's the risk for me when I think about it. The risk for me is how
That's
can
both-
it
that's on
impact
both
sides.
on
Yeah, both
both,
sides.
right? How can it impact my partner's mental state in the sense that, are they going to feel like they're not worthy enough, that I'm not attracted to them enough, that they don't arouse me, that, do they have a sense of shame around pornography?
that's a
That's-
homework
that's-
study for me.
that's
I mean,
what-
like if she turn on this one, and say, oh yeah, I like this the way he's doing this and this. I'm studying. I'm taking notes right
Yes,
there.
that's
Because
how
I'm
it should be,
emanate. I'm
right.
I'm about to be an actor now. I'm about to do that same thing. You know what I mean?
But at the same time, like before that, like before you just start doing it, that is part of the talk, like that conversation that y'all have, like, oh, when we go into this, like, first of all, I don't want you to take any offense to anything.
Right.
This is just something that I think might spice up our relationship.
Or,
Like,
or it might be fun.
yeah,
Like,
something
this
that
might be
just
fun.
like fun, like
Vibrating panties.
What?
We're talking about porn.
What?
I was just
You're
saying.
talking about sex toys.
Oh my God, we are not
Stay
there
on the
yet. Stay on
Oh,
the
well-
topic.
Stay on the damn topic. God damn it.
What?
He's just
just
random.
totally-
Just so damn random.
what, man?
Vibrating panties.
That's what he said though.
No, he didn't.
I
No,
died.
he said you want to try something new. You said my bad.
So there is
Bless your heart.
a
Bless your
conversation to be had.
Yeah.
I think when it begins to deteriorate, it's like TJ said, when there's addiction that can be formed,
Yeah.
or when you're needing porn to get yourself aroused.
Yeah, to get
before
started?
to get started, like that becomes a big problem.
Shit.
What?
Hey, I'm not gonna lie to you.
You gotta take
Throw-
one. You
throw
gotta
in
take one
Pandora.
before.
I was about to say
Pandora?
no.
Yeah, so-
Here's
Yeah.
a hidden truth. Some dudes may do that just to get that first round off.
Yeah.
Yes.
You got to.
We last longer.
Because everybody knows that first round can probably be the quickest round.
But is
Yeah.
that a problem? Is that a problem that you
No,
have a quick
that's-
run with your
so-
spouse or
No,
your partner first versus getting aroused
so
by
we
pornography?
talked
For-
about this.
for-
We
for-
talked about this
yeah,
before.
yeah.
Yeah,
Did
For a
we?
guy.
We talked about this last week.
We did.
We did.
It's for
Most
a
guys
guy.
do not want to just let off that quick.
Yeah.
That may.
But
You wanna
that
give it
doesn't
A plus?
Bother us,
Yeah,
guys.
no,
because
no,
listen,
We understand it
that-
don't bother you.
It
but
bothers us.
yeah, but that refractory period, you can do other things.
Yeah, but
that
you want to give an A
help
plus
us.
performance.
We tryna-
You don't
we
want to
tryna
give an
get
F
it-
performance when you go up in there like that.
We're not trying to have lunch break
Look,
in the time
And then-
past.
and
We're
then
not
you don't
trying
want
to
her-
just nut right there, and then all right, cool. I'm gonna go down on you until
And
it
then-
gets hard
No, it
again,
doesn't
or
work.
you know.
See, this is where
And then you don't
intimacy
want her
and
to
sex
use it
and
against you
relationships really
later
like
on.
start to
Here,
suck.
okay, so let's
Let's
ask the
talk
question
about
then.
that.
So if round one's done, what are you expecting us to do after that?
Definitely not sleep.
I might go
Yeah.
sleep
Round
though.
one is done, and we are not done. The both of
See,
us are
that's-
not done.
that's
Right? Then
what-
don't. there's other things to
assuming that
do.
you still need yours.
Right.
What are you expecting us to do?
20 million things can happen in that time period. You can
20
enjoy.
million. Hold on. Let me get a list ready. What? Okay,
guys
please
are-
start.
I need another
Let's
female
start-
here.
Let's
Number
start
one.
at 20 million and go all the way to one.
Please.
Number one.
I'm just
Do
saying.
not fall asleep. Do not turn over and fall asleep like, thanks, babe. No, don't do that.
Hey,
that
yeah.
that will.
We're not drunk.
Hey, it
right?
must
'Cause
be-
Sometimes the drunkenness may kick in.
Yeah, but if you're drunk, then you don't hit off like that quick.
No.
And it depends on what time of night it is
It-
too.
If your intention is just to get off so you can go to sleep, tell us. Like, really, don't get us all excited and then
Bullshit.
you
Hey,
turn
I'm
around
like,
and
yo,
Okay.
That usually happens when we're filling you up from behind, spooning you in the middle of the night.
Yeah,
We
it's
get
like,
all
yeah,
good,
it's up.
nobody's like, oh
Different.
shit,
No,
I'm
that's
awake.
different.
I
You
need to,
think
Yeah, I need
we
to
don't
get it.
know? We know when you guys just want to get off quickly because you're feeling really horny. We know. But when you're talking about having intimacy and sex and enjoying each other as a couple, if you come out first off, like
No
quickly,
sleep. Okay.
that's okay. Do not go turn around and fall asleep. Do other things. Enjoy
Go and
us.
watch porno.
No. Oh my God. Do other things.
That's one of the
Caress
20
us, kiss us, arouse us, touch us. Do other things. Go down on us.
no,
Like, there's so many
you-
things you can do
that's-
intimately.
that's
I
it.
would say that's like the women of your generation to about 25 25-ish now.
Yeah, because there's some women
All
out
right,
here.
so
I would say for
under
other women, they're just
25.
like, they're like,
All right,
oh, that was it.
Under
All right,
25.
don't touch me
And
no
they
more.
get, they're
Yeah.
just like,
They go to
that's it.
sleep.
Like, all right, well, fine, fuck you too.
They go.
You
They
know,
go to
so-
sleep. They go on their phone. You know what I mean?
So you're saying, okay, because this is a big problem. Let me tell you what's happening, what I'm learning, right? For those under 25, there's an increase of under 25-year-old males asking for Viagra.
Yes.
You
Yes.
see, you believe that, right?
Yes, I know that for a fact.
Yes. You know that
Because
for a fact.
yeah,
Yes.
'cause I work at the strip club and they
Yes.
ask all the time.
Yes, because one, they use pornography or something else to get them aroused so that they can ejaculate quickly because they want to last longer, versus doing other practices to prolong their arousal and not come so fast, right? You see where I'm going with this? Because they're fearing that rejection from their partner. Oh, is that it? Because you came fast. You got me super excited. I came fast. Let's deal with it and not roll over and fall asleep. So all you boys,
She's stuck on the sleep.
No,
Just-
no,
Hey.
all you boys that are under 25, if you happen to come fast with your girl because you're super aroused, that's great. But don't turn over and fall asleep because that's
No.
what pisses us
No,
off.
some guys they turn over just to cry. You know? They feel a little hurt, like damn, I only lasted. Hey, we just put Usher on 30 seconds in.
I don't know about that.
true.
Yeah, the whole crying.
Not
one,
not crying.
That's
But
kinda
they
sensitive.
like, dang, we just put Usher on, or don't find that guy.
Well, say hold on.
Specific right
And
now.
if she
Hey,
does
look,
not
if you
know,
on the music,
yeah, right,
Hey,
yeah.
My boy
Hey, look.
said turn over, cry, and play Usher. You trying to let it burn, bro? Like,
Yeah.
No.
And you know what? If you get a girl who
No.
gets blown off like that, like what, you talk to her and you educate her. If she doesn't understand
honestly,
what's
when that-
happening,
if that
you need to
happens,
be like,
especially,
this
like,
is
if
what
it-
how
no,
it
if
goes
it's-
down.
if
Like this
it's
is
one of those,
reality.
like, this is a one night stand, and she just like,
Oh, then
like,
forget
all right,
it.
well, cool,
Don't
get the
even
fuck out.
waste.
Like,
Yeah,
I got
don't waste your
mine.
time.
Like, done.
It's done.
Hey.
But because then what happens is we begin to associate pornography pre-engagement with your partner, right?
Mm-hmm.
To get off, to come, right? So that you can feel like you can last longer. And that association starts to interfere in your regular relationship. You're not going to always have that time to go into the bathroom and turn on your phone and or whatever you do.
Rub one out real quick.
Right. And then how do you think we're going to feel knowing that our partner has to go and rub one out real quick to then come down and lay with us, right? Like, think about how that affects us emotionally and mentally.
I don't know how they gonna know though. Like
take it
you used to
personal.
do,
This
do that
is-
like
we
2
trying-
hours.
We're doing
not,
it
It's
for
not about.
you.
It's not about the other. It's not about our significant other. It's really not. Like it's just a guy's just
Self ego
like that-
thing. Yeah, it's like an ego thing.
And we're not saying that it should be, you know, we're not saying like it's not about you, like you don't matter. We're just saying like we care enough about you to like we want
Yeah.
to be at our best.
And we
Performing that,
Top of
like,
our game.
Like,
You
we-
want to be fresh on the first one, like all right, we're gonna go in
Yeah,
here.
and also like
gonna get
it's
the
more
genuine-
of a we're trying to make sure.
If I
that
turn on the
we-
love music, the R&B music, it's gonna be a rap though.
Okay,
it's
well,
45.
we want to make sure that we last long enough in that one session that we can please you before like anything like
So you know
damn.
what that's called?
You gotta get your stroke
That's
game
called
down with the
foreplay.
music.
Then enjoy the hell out of foreplay.
Yep.
Because
Get your
guess
stroke
guess
game
what's
down
gonna
to the
happen?
music,
Both of
man.
you are going to be coming real fast, real quick.
5-10
I mean,
minutes.
and
Round 3.
Are guys even doing foreplay anymore?
Yes, yes, we
Like,
are.
do guys under 25 even do that?
Yes.
anymore? Do
Yeah, I
they
can
know
go
what that
25.
is?
I don't know
Yeah.
Do they
I'm
even know what
answering
that
this
is?
question.
I know what
it is,
foreplay is.
I don't know.
I
what
get it in the
It's
woo.
missing that playtime.
But see, even
Playtime.
pornography shows the foreplay, so
Yeah.
Yes,
that's
I
the
don't
sad
know. What
guy-
pornography are you watching?
guys
Oh,
under
yeah,
25.
which part- yeah, which one
we
you
are
watching?
still issuing the foreplay.
All right, that's good. Issue the
It is
foreplay.
still-
Issuing the foreplay.
We are still doing it. Okay.
Under 25.
He just
Hey.
vouched. He's like, look, I'm in this category.
I'm in
so
this category.
We still,
We are still
That is
doing
so
it.
funny.
Okay?
I'm still with the chivalrous generation. So you know,
Oh my god.
ah.
Hey, look,
Issue it.
this question was directed to me. Okay. I had this.
I was like,
He said it like it was a weapon,
And you know,
serial number and all.
King brought up a topic about toys, right? Like toys is a great time to use as foreplay because it's building up that
See,
tension.
I had
that
no
excitement.
issues with using
I
toys.
would use that particular toy.
Just
that
don't
you
use
mentioned
toys
on
at
me.
Dinner. I would like to see.
say what?
I would
No,
like to see
hey,
the
Does that
things.
work?
You said what?
The vibrating panties.
Oh yeah,
I've
those
heard
things work
of
good.
them.
Yeah. So you put the
It's a butterfly. Yeah, I know.
the butterfly.
Yeah, that's what they're
No,
called.
yes, you can put the vibrator inside the panties, right? So they have like a little slit in there. Bam. They put it on. You got the remote control.
Whoever got the remote
Yo,
control.
hey.
And you can.
Can you
I can go.
imagine going out to
good
dinner and
time.
doing this with your partner?
Yeah,
Hey,
yeah, I've
By
done
the
it.
time you get
That'd be
home, you
so
don't have to
much
worry about going
Hey,
and
that'd be
getting
so
your
much
nut out
fun to
because
watch.
I've done it. I've done it.
Water eating their food. You just like,
Hey,
I've done it like walking through the
baby,
mall.
okay?
with your partner.
Yeah, walking through the mall.
There's-
Actually,
there's a lot of
I have
videos.
one. I bought one with the where it does with the beat to the music. So
No
like,
way.
yeah.
Every time that bass it.
Yeah, and I actually took it
that's
to the
too
club,
funny.
and I had to so like the
see her
beat.
So
was-
you were torturing her the
You
whole
see her
night.
shopping
Hell
and she
yeah.
just drop.
and get them wet though.
Hey,
You know
but
what I'm saying? That's how we do it, wet
but
master.
If you do that, you already know. Like, if you do something like that, you already know. You can't just go home, try to go to sleep.
No,
That ain't gonna work.
We
That ain't
will
gonna-
be mad.
That ain't gonna work.
No, it's been foreplay since dinner. That's
Hey,
how you
you
go
gotta
and
show
take
me
your
a bit
no.
more.
business.
As soon as you walk in that house, you're like,
Or, hey,
you
seriously,
Will you make it to
foreplay,
the house?
foreplay starts. I was about to say foreplay starts when you wake up. You know?
Yes,
Foreplay really starts when you wake up.
absolutely.
Especially
Amen
if
to
you-
that.
I disagree with
If you send
that.
them off right, if you send them off to work the right way,
Yeah,
He-
you gotta
he
wake
gonna
her
come
up
home.
that way.
He
though.
coming home like,
You gotta
hey.
wake her up that way though.
That love language you were talking about, that sweet little text, guess what? That all builds up
Yeah.
to
I've done
coming
that a couple
home.
times.
seriously,
to wake her
and
up
it's
that way,
and
though.
it's the stuff that doesn't even have to really involve like touch or words.
Yep.
Sometimes you could leave a freaking note on the mirror in her lipstick or whatever, or
Yep.
freaking.
Give
or
him
go down
ideas,
on her when
TJ,
she,
give him
like,
ideas.
right, just wake up that way.
Hey.
Shit works, yo.
You know what I mean?
1,001 ideas.
Just-
because
Or
there's
if
a
you
lot
already-
out there.
Cook her her favorite breakfast.
Yeah.
You know, make sure everything's good to go. Just,
like,
Random message.
make sure
it's
she
not-
relax before she
we also
leave the
got
house,
effort.
though.
Like, if you
FaceTime
plan out
lunch.
if you plan out the day, like you already know
Lunchtime.
this is going to be probably be like a chill day at work for her. Like she gonna come home good. Like if you plan out that entire
take
day,
showers together.
Yes.
That shit is awesome.
De-stress
Hey,
together.
It
Sho-
saves
showers-
the damn water bill. You know what I'm saying? So everybody gets a win. You know, she gets to de-stress. You get a de-stress on the bill. Everybody's winning.
Yes.
Shower sex though.
Shower
Hey,
sex.
hey,
Shower
shower sex.
sex.
Hey, that's-
Shower morning sex.
Bathe her. Wash her hair. Like if she likes that sort of stuff, wash her hair. That is so relaxing for many women.
Yeah, you got rubber hair and stuff
Yeah,
like that.
wash her hair and bathe
They
her.
love
That's
that.
really
They love
yeah.
that.
Yeah, my girl loves getting her head massage.
You know what I'm saying? You give him a
Head
massage.
massages are amazing, especially if your girl has long hair.
Yeah,
Like
yeah.
they
I
go
got
to
them soft
she,
hands
like,
I rub on the
if you
hair
if
like
you
that,
know how to
though.
manipulate your hands in the hair.
She's black and Vietnamese.
Whoa.
Beautiful, I'm sure.
Yeah.
Yes.
Massage the back of the neck.
She,
And so how
hey,
do
she
you-
playing her
and so-
hair like she would not let me stop. Like she'll just look at me like,
Yeah.
Oh yeah, that's how I
They
put
fall
babe to
asleep.
sleep.
Fall
They
asleep
go
in
to
your lap
sleep
like that.
Yeah, I'm a sucker for having my hair.
Yep.
Fall asleep
Right in
your
the
lap like
scalp
that.
and just
All of
just
it.
go to town. Just done deal. So like, how do you? But here's the thing though. Like when all is said and done, you
Right.
know, you're doing all of this, and it kind of goes back to what we were saying about like, you know, loving, you know, when the monogamy is going monotonous.
Right.
Things are going good, but at the same time, like you see your significant other is also still like really cool friends with another person of the opposite sex, and you know they show each other good friendship platonically, whatever. You get jealous. How y'all play into that?
can you love?
How do you love?
Can you love without jealousy?
Can you love without jealousy?
Honestly, you can't like one because jealousy it keeps your relationship spicy. Like it really does. Like you see somebody like, oh, you looking
it's
at
a type of jealousy.
Yeah,
Yeah.
let's maybe
I was gonna
define a
say,
little bit of that.
Because
Yeah, 'cause I was about to
jealousy can
say-
be broken down into, you know, like
Possessiveness.
and yeah, a person that can be possessive as opposed to a person who's just like, oh, okay, I see you. All right, I'll wait till you get back over here. I'll show you. Something.
Yeah.
You know, it can be
see,
determined a different way. you know?
Yeah, I
When a
was about to say, I was
person is-
non-possessive, like-
when a person is like possessive and they're jealous, that
Yeah,
shit
that's-
can
That's
be-
become crazy.
Yeah.
that can get like
Psycho.
yeah,
Like,
psycho,
hey,
you know.
yeah, you're not allowed
Like
to
they
leave the
chopped
house
up and
without me.
barbecued.
Yeah.
Yeah, like, oh yeah, what her name is?
Lasagna.
Lasagna. Hey, you could be barbecue, never your body will never be found.
To the block.
What was
Where
that
does
movie with Martin Lawrence back in the day? Thin Line Between Love and Hate.
Yeah, that
You know,
crazy.
that was
crazy.
You didn't see that one?
I'm sure I have. I just don't
It
remember.
was
Motherfucker got-
Martin Lawrence,
He got shot
Bobby
and jumped
Brown,
out of the window.
I forgot. Lynn Whitfield. I think it was Lynn Whitfield.
Oh, I don't know the actor's name, but I remember him jumping out the the window after getting shot. And
That's
pretty much
some serious jealousy.
Pretty
right
much,
there.
like they were in a relationship up to a certain point. He said, "I loved you." She took that to heart when it was really like he just said that just kind of
to get the cheese.
Yeah, to get cheese. He was saying that to fuck, and like she started showing the overwhelmed and taking him out of his aura, and he's like, "Nah, fuck that, we done." And she's like, "Nah, I'm gonna kill you."
That's possessive. That's not jealousy.
That's
psychologically.
Also,
he was putting it down though.
Hey, we watched The Hitch, and like that first scene with Will and his first girl, like he was in the rain, like he was emotionally invested in her. Then like
he called her cheating, right?
I'm trying to think. Were they in relation? Like
yeah, he was cheating. Yeah,
I mean,
car.
they were emotionally and like intimately involved. So you could definitely say they were in a relationship. You know.
Yeah.
So I'm talking about like I'm thinking maybe more like along the lines jealousy along the lines you're with your girl and she just talks to someone comes by and mistakes her identity. And now you have to walk up to the guy and say something. Yeah, check him. Or like, can you love without that kind of jealousy? Or, you know,
yeah,
like
I can do it without that.
She can't
I never had
dance
to
with somebody else or, you know, that
Babe,
sort of
who's
jealousy.
that?
Or
Like,
if a
who's
guy
that guy?
just happens to look at her sideways, you know, the man is already on top of that.
I would
sideways
say
in that he's admiring her, not
yeah.
sideways
I was about to say there's a difference between admiring a person from afar and like straight up just like
being disrespectful.
You know, you look at him like
right. No, I'm talking about jealousy for the guy interpreting any scenario. Can you love without jealousy?
Yeah, you can.
I think it's hard to do, but I think you can. But I think it's hard to do.
I think as long as the jealousy isn't like, you know, negatively impacting the person that you're with, and it's more so like. Because I mean, certain. I think what happens is guys that get that way, specifically for guys that get that way about who they're with, it's an insecurity, and I'm thinking
yeah, I was about to say
they're in over their heads, like dating whoever they're dating. Because I mean, I've seen everybody's seen the couples where it's like you see the guy and then you see the girl, you're like,
how the hell he pulled
that happen? Like, wait a minute, she's like a
10.
fucking 20 on a scale of 1 to 10, and you like a -6, my dude. Like, what?
And that's such a shame that he can't even value the fact that she chose him.
You know,
if she's a 20 with a -6 and he's getting jealous, like that just doesn't make sense to me.
Like honestly, it's the guy because he knows he's way over his head, and he knows that his girl can go have any guy that she wants.
But she chose him, so why be jealous?
There's
and he's not putting it down right. Too.
Exactly. When it's unhealthy, it's because of the guy that Kid and Hood has mentioned. Is the guy that's so insecure within himself that, you know, he knows he's in over his head.
Right.
And, you know, he's thinking, oh, this girl is not gonna want to be with me, blah 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 blah. Despite what she may say to render that security within his mind. There's that type of guy. Now, I think it's healthy when you have an individual that, you know, he's like, oh, you know, we complement each other, so on and so forth. He's okay with, you know, certain things happening. A man asking her to dance, or, you know, looking at her from afar and kind of being like, all right, nigga, like you doing the most. Like, don't brush up on her like that. You gonna make me have to pound you. Like, I think stuff like that's a little healthier, because then not only is it kind of like, all right, you know, he knows what he has, so he's willing to protect it, but at the same time for her, it's in the sense of, oh, you know, he's not going to let just any old person come up to me. Like, you know. So I think jealousy like that can be healthy.
One thing that I
don't even think that's jealousy.
No,
that's
one thing that I do, and
I can still say it's a little bit of jealousy, you know, because you like, nah, I don't like you, dog. Don't come over here. Like,
so I don't know. So I'm Latina. So in the Latino culture, we have this thing where you have to put your person in their place, right? So if I'm your partner, then you put me in your place as your partner, and you present yourself as, you know, we call it dame mi lugar, right?
Right.
And so for me, I don't know if it's so much jealousy, but for me, if you don't give me my place, then I have an issue with that. Like, I have an issue with you not giving me my place. Like, if we walk into a place together and you walk in like you think you're a single man, then I'm going to behave like a single. See, like that, to me, that's not jealousy. To me, is just rightfulness, that's just, right?
Right.
The energy that
jealousy,
you put off.
for me, I think it's sometimes hard because we associate jealousy with love with ownership. So often we think that loving someone means having an ownership over them.
Yeah.
And by no fault, right? I mean, think about how we have our children and we feel ownership to them, and we have a wife and she's my wife, the wifey, which I hate when I hear that term, like my wifey. Like, I just don't understand that. And so there's this...
Yeah, sure.
Right, my wife in the sense of ownership, not out of... or playfulness, but not necessarily... Anyway, that's a whole other subject. But this sense of ownership, right? Yeah, no, I understand that.
No, she's talking about like more of a, hey, that's my wife, like that's mine.
What's that wifey?
So anyway, so
more the ownership.
The ownership of the title, not the title out of endearment, but the ownership of the title. That's where I think sometimes jealousy comes into place, in this sense that I own you, I love you, and you belong to me. And I can't share you with anybody else because you belong to me, and that gets threatened, and then people get
chopped
the
up.
whole
yes,
that's the whole sharing thing, right? Not adding other
right, and some people, and I think in a lot of relationships where there is the sharing, I think that there is an underlying sense of, I don't want to share, but I'm going to do this because my partner wants it.
I've seen that happen, and it's more or less with the guy being.
So the guy was
just so damn overprotective. Like there was a situation not too long ago that I came up against where a young lady that I knew, she's obviously attractive, but looking at her dude, the first time I saw them kind of like walking in PX, I said hey to her. I've really never met him, and I'm a chivalrous person. I like to go up and if that's your lady, like hey, you know your wife from a couple parties she's been at out in Gate 2. She always supports us. Blah 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 blah. Never got to meet you. What's up? What's going on?
Right.
And that was then, but kind of like watching them from a distance. It was like, oh no, this is my slave. Like yeah, you can't go do anything without me. Da 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 da. And I'm like, damn.
Is that love?
That's ownership.
I don't think that's love either.
That's definitely ownership. I mean.
That's craziness.
If it gets to the point, like fast forwarding with that same couple, I had a buddy of mine who he had needed to get in touch with her for something at work or whatever. So freaking he called her up on my phone and on the messenger app, and the husband picked up. So he's like, hey man, is this her? Like I'm like. I'm like, no, that's her husband, man. Blah 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 blah. He's like, hey, who the fuck are you, nigga? I'm like, calm down, bro. Like,
I'm like, calm down. Oh,
first of all, what you doing answering your woman's phone? Like, you spying on her, dude? Like,
the moment
seeing that happen, I was like, yeah, that's ownership. When she's got to get on the phone and call me back and be like, tell him we're not talking. Like,
oh, it was like
that.
That conversation.
You might want to get off the phone with me and call freaking police or something like shit. He over there sound like he about to do something to you. Like,
wow.
Like the moment that like a guy has to like, oh, let me see who you're talking to. Let me monitor you. Hey, that's
anyone. That's not just for guys. But.
Right, with anyone.
Yeah,
I mean,
women can be equally. Females can be like that too.
Equally.
I've seen that one happen.
So
that's why I don't have a lock.
You don't
on my
see
phone.
the guy come out until he,
I don't have no
until he back
phone.
at work. Like
you're transparent that way.
like man,
also, no locks on my phone, so you can always check my phone.
No.
So,
like
I mean, I have my lock on my phone for purposes of if my phone gets lost or whatever the case may be. But wifey knows my code. Like,
and like I put like my girlfriend,
her.
So I have my fingerprint unlocked. She has a fingerprint scan.
Same.
Yeah, like she can unlock her.
Right.
She can unlock my phone whenever. And like I'm not one of these guys where if I put my phone down, if I go to another room, I gotta bring my phone with me. No, whatever.
I'll leave my phone down.
I think the only time I do take my phone with me is if I'm going to the bathroom.
Yeah.
Play some games.
Yeah, you're gonna be there for a minute.
Play some Tetris.
I'm see my phone and my
Answer
iPad
messages.
So, what extreme do you think, since we're talking about jealousy, how extreme can people get when it comes to feeling this sense of possessiveness and jealousy?
I mean, we've heard and seen the stories.
Yeah.
So
I think, and this is talking about Exondia, right? Are we pronouncing it right?
Yeah, Exonia.
Crazy chick from Florida, Oklahoma City, whatever. The chapter when it gets that bad, like
So let's talk about it. So she suspected that her husband was cheating on her.
No, she was in a previous relationship before, right? Because she
Yeah.
had
kids from another relationship.
From another relationship.
Yeah, so she got married. So she graduated from high school, got married, and then she got divorced. She had 2 kids by
The husband.
Yeah,
She
at
got divorced,
23.
and then so when she got divorced, she went into the Navy. And
Right.
then when she went into the Navy,
She found her second husband.
Okay.
She got
so-
married to her second husband.
She got out, and so he stayed in for a little bit.
Yeah,
and
he was almost
got
out.
out.
Yeah, he was almost out.
But
He almost
money
retired.
wasn't flowing in as well.
Yeah.
So he joined like the active
Armed
reserve.
reserve.
Yeah,
Armed
and that
reserve.
pissed her off too because the money they were going through like a financial time.
And like he wasn't always
long
there.
and short of it, he had met up with an old flame, right?
Oh,
New flame.
New flame.
Okay,
at,
new
at the
flame.
at the wedding, he went by himself.
Oh,
Yeah,
okay.
in the
yeah,
Dominican
he went.
Republic.
Yeah, he went back to his brother or something like that. Went
Yeah,
back to a family
the
wedding,
DR.
and saw a flame and sparks flew and
And she found
Shit, I
out
guess-
about it and got
She put spyware on the computer.
unhappy
phone.
and shot him 8 times and then
She shot him-
chopped him up and barbecued his body.
I want to say that's
and that
definitely
is that jealousy? I don't know. At that point, I don't think I call
I
that
think-
jealous.
I
I
think-
think that's just
honestly, I would like to say that might be like lost in translation, like vengeance. Because I think because they weren't so specific as far as what happened in her previous relationship, I think whatever stemmed from that relationship transferred over, and it was like, oh, I got.
I think
go
it's
through
a
this.
trust
She
issue.
had one of those like, oh, I got to go through this shit again.
Right.
No, not me. We're gonna handle this my way, and
Wow.
her way ended up.
Killing
What
that
are
girl.
some of
her ass
the
in jail.
other like jealousy stories you've heard? Because I've heard
I've heard
serious jealousy
No,
stories.
like I have never
And not
gone
to that extreme,
like,
but
I have
jealousy
never gone to the
stories.
extreme like of jealousy. Like yeah, a good jealousy is having jealousy is not bad. So like for me, like if I see that like there's a guy like just admiring my girl like for a long time, I do slight things that just let him know
Right.
that she's with me. Maybe that's just a slap on the butt or a good kiss. Like
That's almost like, oh man, okay.
or
Right.
go ahead and
The
say
slap on the butt is almost like possessive too. Like
It's ownership,
yeah,
right? It's
an
like
ownership.
I own this.
It's like cattle and shit.
Like, I don't know if
when
somebody's
stuff like that
admiring
happens,
your
when
wife,
someone's
why do you
admiring,
even
I don't.
care?
Yeah, if you're
Yeah.
admiring from
as
afar,
long as they're not acting
as
on it.
exactly. Yeah, as long as you're not being
That's-
disrespectful
that's
and
why- that's
acting
why I
on it,
said-
I don't really mind.
Right.
Yeah.
I mean, your wife is beautiful.
Exactly,
Somebody
yeah,
else
like,
thinks
I
you
want
should
I
feel
want
good.
motherfuckers to look like
yeah,
There's
she's
a-
with
there's a-
she's with this guy. Yeah,
there's a
exactly.
times where
They'll go
there's
by
a times like a lot of times like I have friends that are like, yo, your girl's beautiful. Your girl's beautiful. All right, thanks, bro. Like you can tell it to herself, but thanks you for like letting me know. Like I have no problem with that. But like if you come to my girl every single day, oh, you just the most beautiful thing. Like and that's every day. Like try
And
to
now
give her.
she's uncomfortable.
Once she's uncomfortable, which is making me
That's,
uncomfortable.
I was about to say that's where I take it to.
Yeah,
where
then
it
you
needs,
have to
where I
handle
feel
it.
it needs to take to. Like
Yeah.
if she's
She
coming to
should
me and
handle
she's
it too
uncomfortable,
and be like, "You're making me
Yeah.
uncomfortable." I think, thank you, but you're making me uncomfortable now.
like a guy that a
Why
guy
you
shouldn't
doing
have
it
to
every
worry
day though?
about
Like
it.
that? Why you?
because he's trying
Because
to replace me, but it's not working.
I mean, like,
hey,
You zoned out for a second. Come back, bro. Come
Right
back.
here, we're in this
trying to
space
replace
right now.
it's all red.
Trying to replace me.
I was like,
hey,
Hey,
just
shout
know.
shout out to you, Fox. I see you,
Hey,
girl.
I ain't going nowhere. I'm
Shout out
not
Fox, the
going
thirsty
nowhere.
bartender.
We
Shout
got
out
some
Ray.
issues over here.
you handle your business, man.
Shout out Chihiro.
Tell her she's beautiful. Give her that good morning text. You know what I mean?
No,
And I've heard stories of like husbands showing up in other people's homes and making
So-
up scenes. And,
So when I was
or
when I was
like-
personal training,
or-
some of the jealousy that I would witness is like a lot of the client's spouse coming to visit the office, whether it be me or some of the other personal trainers, or receiving threat letters.
what?
Yeah, that shit is
Holy
real. So
cow.
for 24 Hour Fitness, the area that I was in before I had my certification, there was 2 instances where I saw. Now the personal trainers, you know, they look the part, you know, they're
Right.
jacked, they're cut, whatever, and for 2 guys in particular, a lot of their
Female
their
clients.
like mid morning to afternoon clients were the stay-at-home moms. So you know,
So
and
they
I mean,
work out at
you
night.
know they're stay-at-home moms because they got the baby that can't go to school yet with them, and put that baby in daycare, and they stay there for freaking 2-3 hours at the gym because they want to make time pass by, and then they got their other little meetings and shit to go to. But they come in there, and the stay-at moms, they look attractive, and you see the husband come pay the
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 bill.
Monthly?
the bill for it, the monthly bill for it, and you're like, damn, man, how you married her? Like, so
why she's in
when
that
I was
shit.
at the front desk, I'm like, I'm seeing this, I'm like, yeah, something's gonna happen one day, and that day happened. Like, a dude came in, and he was irate and angry and belligerent as shit, and like, the thing was, like, you look at his size, you look at a personal trainer, he's fussing at it, you're like, oh man, you're gonna get your ass kicked. Like, you're just waiting for, like, man, it's gonna happen. And personal training, we can't, you can't put hands on clients and so on and so forth. People that just come in, so you
Outside,
gotta sit there
you
and kind of
can.
like take it and wait for police to show up. But yeah, you seen jealousy get to that point
Yeah.
where
Outside the office, you can't
motherfuckers
do
will
anything.
go visit the
Yeah.
personal trainer.
Yeah.
You can't train my wife
Yeah.
anymore.
And
She
that's
comes home.
like a lot of people in just that type of one-on-one career field. So like any personal trainers, like coaches, like if you're in a single individual sport, like you will get that like all the time. So if you're a gymnast and like you got your coach and like, y'all always working like a lot of hours because like it takes a lot to be a
Dance
gymnast.
partners.
Yes,
Like
dancing,
especially
like-
dancing.
Especially
'Cause
when
dancing
it's
is a
especially
lot of
when it's a duet,
touching,
especially when it's a couple dancing
Yeah.
or
I gotta teach
any
singing,
any
vocal
kind of
parts.
dance that involves the individual being
Touching.
like really
Touching,
really
yeah.
close or touchy. Like for a couple times when
Vocal coaching.
at
No.
no when I was dancing back home, like you see a lot of that. This is just hip hop dancing. This is just like one on one with another girl. Her boyfriend is sitting there looking at me like
touch her
I'm
again.
like, bro, like
Calm down,
it's a
homie.
part of the choreography.
slapped.
I didn't even make the choreography. She made the choreography. Like you talk to her, man. Maybe she's your muse or whatever. I don't know. Y'all need to figure some shit out.
Y'all need to
but
work that out.
Yeah, like
You gotta
you
have
see
a
a
dance
lot-
for you. You should have a dance practice
most.
for you.
I think most times that's when it happens. Though is when the individual is with another person as a part of whatever it is they use to do professionally or
Right.
whatever is just a thing that they love to do, like whether it be something in music or whether in personal fitness or whatever the case may be. Like,
they're not in the loop.
like if the person that's on the outside of it is like, oh well, she loves to dance and I don't, so but I'm gonna support her by
Yeah.
showing up. But then you see like, oh, she's got a partner and it's a guy, and
And he doesn't know
you're gonna
all the-
it's gonna start to tick like.
and he doesn't know all the aspects.
I don't like the
of
way that
dancing.
Yeah.
Right,
I don't
right.
like the way he gotta hold her. like that.
Why you had to spin her like that? Or why
Yeah,
you
he
dip
just
her?
don't know.
up?
He just don't.
Like-
He just don't know the whole aspect of everything.
Right,
so
right.
that's. I mean,
But I mean,
So
that's how it starts half
so
the time.
is jealousy a combination of insecurity of the person who's feeling jealous?
Yeah,
Yeah. I
And
think-
then
I think more so.
a combination of the behavior of the person they're with.
I think it's more so an insecurity.
Yeah, it's
I
more-
think it's based
I think it's a
on
lot more
sense of
insecurity.
because
Yeah.
like your spouse could literally not be doing anything. It could be completely innocent. Like
Or she
Now,
could
can
be.
that insecurity somehow be seated by how you are being in the relationship?
Or how you
it may
perceive
not be that
Like-
current relationship. It could be your past
Or your
relationship.
past relationships, right? Like,
I think that's what it is a lot of times because when people enter a new relationship, it's nine
still
times out of
bring
10.
those
It's 9 times out of
baggages.
10 they
never close the
not,
book on
not
the
just
last
bringing
one.
baggage,
The
but at
wound
the
is-
same time,
yeah,
like
it's fresh.
if it's me coming out of another relationship and going into a new one, it's because I've seen something in this individual that is both not like and still like the person I dated
That's
before.
true.
It's more or less
pattern,
not like
right?
what
You're attracted to a pattern.
Exactly, yeah. You have that a lot until you're really attracted to someone like just complete opposite. Like when I look at my wife now and some of the individuals I dated in the past, it's like, damn, what was I doing back then? Like shit, like
You get like that?
hell.
now, I think
If I
we had-
look at my wife compared to a lot of my ex, I would say like the ones I've broken it off with mutually, like we just, well, I'm moving, you're
Platonic
moving,
friends.
we got to go to platonic friend level, whatever,
We have to go to the
Let's toast it on the table. Well, yeah, got to go on that level. Like if I look at those individuals I dated or talked to or had interest in, then I would say that my wife was kind of like them in a sense. But the ones I had, like, that was just a bad fucking relationship. She's nothing like them.
And I think last week we talked a little bit about healing, our own personal healing, right? Like our own journey and personal healing with our relationships. And I think that has a lot to do with what you just said, TJ, which is if we haven't done a lot of healing, we're going to repeat those patterns because we know how to function in our unhealed environment, right? Or if that's even
because you get into a routine. Like if you are hurt and you just don't know how to heal from that, you start getting into a routine to maybe not heal it, but like just to keep it moving, like get past it.
Try to avoid it.
Yeah.
So the healing often happens post a relationship and in between relationships, but far too often people don't want to be alone. To allow that process to happen. What is that about? Like, why is it so hard for us to be alone?
Because it's easier to be with someone than it is. It's just that much easier.
It's like I need.
Yeah,
aside from those.
From my experience,
I'm talking about
and that's the thing. Not everybody is in that sense of in that mindset of I need someone, because there are some people out there that are like, I am completely fine being by my damn self, like
I'm right here.
And that's the weird thing.
And
like,
then it gets too comfortable, right?
The thing is, like even with people that are in a relationship and they're in a healthy relationship and the relationship is working, there are still people in those kind of relationships where one person is obviously like okay being like, I would honestly say if me and my wife weren't I would be okay being by myself, just because I've taken the time to be by myself for periods at a time. Like, no, I don't need to be with someone or shacking with someone or, freaking let me bang something every night. Like no, let me go travel. Let me go do something.
Every night? Own shadow? Like, is it that because when we're alone, we have to pay attention to the parts that are hurting? I mean, it comes up.
I think for a lot of people that really need someone is because they really have not taken that time to understand that, like being by yourself is really good for yourself.
Yeah, your first relationship is
they're
with
not taking the
yourself.
true time to really love on themselves.
That's right.
Like a lot of that happens. You have a lot of people that are like, well, I've been single for this long. Okay, why are you keeping count?
And it's one thing to say, I've been single, but if you're not learning about who you are and about those patterns, right, and the things that hurt you or that you're attracted to in a relationship, good or bad, if you're not working through those feelings, if you're not comfortable in being in the discomfort, and you date and you are with people and you have somebody in bed with you just to distract you from that, you are not healing. And if you cannot be in a relationship with yourself, how are you going to give the best of you into another relationship?
I've said that so many times to a lot of individuals I know that like have talked to me about relationships. It's like, look, if you yourself are not vested well and 100% in yourself, how can you give any percentage to another person? Right. Like if you're only at 50% and this person needs freaking 70, how the fuck you gonna be with them?
Right. How do you contribute to their cup of whatever?
Cup of tea.
Exactly.
Cup of tea, cup of whatever.
Cup of coquito.
Yeah, cup of coquito. I think that's so true, and I think that's why sometimes we look at relationships and think like, wow, that only lasted 18 months. I think that's the average right now. Marriages,
which is wild.
Marriages are lasting right now in the military approximately 18 months.
Marriages.
Yeah. I just spoke with someone who was following a study on that, and you think about it, God, 18 months. That's like nothing.
18 months go by like quick.
And marriage
is that
and divorce.
Is that stateside or just here?
That's
stateside or just in general?
In general, in the military. That's what he was sharing with me.
That's just a year and a quarter.
Yeah.
That's like the total relationship, or just
the marriage.
Also, like on that,
itself.
like I would have to say,
thank goodness, me and my wife have been married almost 3 years.
There's all
and that's
factors.
the honeymoon stage still at 18 months. You're still, learning
Should
the
be
ins
the
and outs
honeymoon?
of that's still honeymoon for
I
a
thought
lot
that's
of
like
marriages,
6
especially
months.
marriages
But
in the
when
military.
you look at a lot of marriages in the military, like what I've noticed, especially like within service members, is many people get married out of spite of they're about to have children, so they want to do right things.
Yeah, that is true. Yeah.
I was about to say
That's understandable,
dynamics.
but
it's very
stuff like that.
Right.
Like I don't totally
but that's
agree
my whole
with.
point, right? Like if you're your reasons for getting into a relationship, not just dating or not talking and just dating, but a relationship, and then moving into marriage. If you're not allowing yourself that time to be by yourself and really understand what your own morals, values, and what things fully attract to you, and how you're sustaining yourself and your changes and your evolution and all that good stuff, and then you go into a relationship because you want to evolve that, which is great. You want to evolve it, but how much of you is coming into that, and how much of you are you expecting me to fill for you, which is huge. I mean, that's a big one where you're hoping your partner is going to, oh, you don't understand me. Well, you don't understand you. How can I understand you?
It's hard to when you're not telling me nothing.
Right,
you know?
exactly. Yeah.
It gets like that. I mean, that's one of the hardest things about being in any kind of relationship, especially in the military, is
in the separation portion. Too.
Yeah,
like
absolutely.
a lot of people don't understand.
And then add children to that combination.
Yeah.
Oof.
Yeah,
there's different stress.
Like a lot of spouses, they don't understand where like people in the military, like okay, everybody understands like yes, my spouse is in the military. They may have to leave, but they don't understand like yes, you will leave, but you may not know when you're gonna come back. Yes, a deployment is 6 months, but you get in there 3 months in. Oh, boys, hey, we're going to stay in an extra 6 months. Now you're on 9 months deployment. Some people don't understand.
No, you're right. They go into that marriage or into that relationship not fully understanding that you're going to be alone for a big portion of this.
What is your prior commitment?
And that's let's not root it out. That's not just the civilian and the service member. That's service member and service member. Because I've seen it a lot of times where one service member's job is to deploy that much, and then the other one, they're at a desk job, 9 to 5.
Yeah, that's absolutely.
And you become a
and
single
it can
parent.
change, right? 1 minute you're deploying every other month, and then
again, it goes back to what you were saying. That's what's so important about understanding what it is to honestly be alone and be comfortable with being alone. Because even when you're well vested in a relationship, when that time apart does happen, and it happens whether you're in the military, whether you're at a corporate job, or whatever the case may be, where that time was going to happen, you need to make sure that you're vested well in yourself to take care of yourself. Like, one thing with me and my wife is, while I was still in, I had a lot of long nights, or when we first started dating, I was always gone, Philippines, Thailand, Korea, and it would be for 3 months, 6 months, 9 months at a time, doing that so much. And, as long as we still had FaceTime, there was communication that was still able to be had. Pictures that happen, stuff like that. When you do that, that helps a relationship. But at the same time, understanding like, hey, look, I'm going to be gone. I'm going to be doing this. I'll check in when I can. Like, make sure you
gotta have that communication.
But if a person isn't comfortable with being alone, not lonely or even lonely, but being alone and uncomfortable and working through their discomfort of feeling lonely, right? If they aren't working through that, not to say you have to reach the end of the rainbow and have it figured out, but that you're working through it, then you get married and you're expecting that loneliness to be handled by somebody else. You're already losing even before you get off the finish start. The start line, you're already losing, and especially add the component of distance, even more so.
I think that should be a prerequisite in a relationship before it gets to that serious point, is understanding like, hey, let's challenge ourselves with the distance and see how we handle it.
You don't have to go very far. You can feel lonely and your partner's sitting right next to you. You don't have to go very far. But being able to talk about it, and we decided today the communication is the key factor.
Communication is
to a lot of
turn
the TV on.
You got to communicate about you got to communicate about your pet peeves.
Yeah.
You have to
Netflix. If you want to spice up your relationship, with introducing other elements into the bedroom.
Communicate like things that just like if in your relationship that makes you uncomfortable.
50 Shades of Grey, that was we should talk
like
about
if something makes you uncomfortable, you have to let your partner know. Because if they don't know,
I think that should be a new thing for just 2019. Is
you
people,
just working on communication.
Need to be transparent.
Yeah.
People
and
are so
build
afraid.
an environment that's safe for that transparency, right?
Exactly.
I can't demand of you to be just transparent with me if I don't make you feel safe and comfortable and know that it's okay, that I'm not going to go off the walls.
Yeah,
because you're true.
And also, like, if me and you have a serious conversation, but I know in the back of my mind, like, oh, you're going to go hang out with your girls, and, like, my business is, now they all know. Like, also, like, be able to delineate that line from
discretion.
this is my relationship. My friends don't need to know this. Like there's I see a lot of people that
that'll be a good.
Yeah.
That's a good one for next week.
Yeah,
I would save that. I would save that. That's a good one for next week.
Sharing relationship intimacies with friends.
Yes, sharing
like that.
relationships.
Adding,
period.
that's pretty much adding another person to the relationship.
Hey, that's a whole threesome.
King, it's
and
not gonna happen,
Oh.
King.
That's a whole threesome, and I'm not having it.
That's why you need to add that person in there. She already know already.
Anyway,
Guys, for chiming in.
y'all,
She already know already.
it looks like we about to be out.
Yeah.
So,
Yes, this was great. Thanks for having me.